Well, the Doors are back on the road tonight as they hit the field at Doran Park for the first time this season. The Falmouth Commodores and Bourne Braves are set to play for the second time in 3 days in another Western Division matchup, with the Doors seeking to break out of a 6-game winless streak. Good evening, everybody. Carter Bainbridge along with Trey Redfield here at Doran Park as the Doors are set, Trey, to break out of this tremendous slump they've been in over the past week or so.
Yeah, tremendous, maybe an understatement. 20 innings where the Doors have not scored a run. It's so important for Falmouth to get on the board tonight.
Fans, at this time, we ask you to please rise as you are able.
And they'll be trying to get on the board in the top of the first inning once we come back following the national anthem.
Pitches for tonight's game. First up, we have
Welcome back to Doran Park, where the Falmouth Commodores and Bourne Braves are just about set to get started. Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield following that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. About to watch the first pitch, but Trey, meanwhile, some things on the plate for the Doors to deal with tonight. You just detailed their scoring streak, or scoreless streak as it is, 20 straight innings heading into tonight. Only one run in their past 28 and a third innings at the plate. But the Doors do get two Arkansas Razorbacks to debut tonight. Chase Bourne and Peyton Stovall, who just came over from Fayetteville. Bourne, a returner from last summer. So maybe some juice back in the lineup today with two guys to take some pressure off the regular position players. And they'll be playing behind right-hander Doran Watts-Brown, making his fourth start of the summer.
Yeah, Doran Watts-Brown sitting at 0-3 on the season. We talked about him on opening the door. Don't look at his record. He's been 0-3 in the starts where the Commodores haven't really given him much run support. We've seen a lot of that this season, yeah, but also it's kind of unfortunate when Watts-Brown goes on the mound. He's not getting the support that he should get offensively because the numbers are fine going down the line other than that 0-3 record. We'll find out what he can do tonight against the Bourne Braves, the second time the Doors are facing the Bravos this season.
Watts-Brown coming at it today. 3 games started. The ERA not necessarily too pretty, 6.30 in 10 innings. He's given up 9 hits, 7 earned runs, but he has struck out 15 batters. So we'll see Doran in the bottom of this first inning here at Doran Park. But to start things off against right-hander Cade Grundy for the Bourne Braves, their starter today, it's Alex Mooney, the shortstop, leading off. Colby Halter playing third and hitting second. Jace Bourne, returner from last summer, playing left and hitting third in his debut this summer. Jacob Walsh, first baseman, hits cleanup. Peyton Stovall at second, another debut, hitting fifth. Corey Collins, the DH, hitting sixth. Drew Brutcher in right, hitting seventh. Jacob Cozart, catcher, and hitting eighth. And Luke Boyers, the center fielder, hitting ninth. Heavy left-handed presence in this lineup today. 7 of these hitters for Falmouth are true lefties. And they take on right-hander Cade Grundy to start this game. Right-hander from Louisville. making his third appearance of the summer for Bourne, second start.
Yeah, Grundy's a guy, you mentioned, comes out of the Cardinals, 6.48 ERA, started in 2 games this season at U of L, going 1-1 on the year. Strikeout to walk ratio 11 to 12, giving up 12 earned runs in 16 and 2/3 innings pitched. Carter, this is a golden opportunity for the Commodores to score some runs tonight, knowing we're going to see a lot of righty on lefty matchups. You go across the field from left to right with dimensions. It's 330 to left field, 395 to dead center, and then get this, 300 to right field. Yeah, 302 at Fenway Park. Who? It's 300 here at Doran Park. This is a golden opportunity for the Doors to go yard tonight in their own bullpen down on the right field side.
You said it. These lines are pretty tight here at Doran Park, and this is the first time the Doors have hit here this summer. It took Falmouth a whole month to play the division rival Bourne Braves, but now they're doing so for the second time in 3 days. A couple days ago, it was Bourne coming away with a 1-0 win at Gov Fuller Field as Grundy fires the first pitch to Mooney outside and low for ball 1 to the Falmouth shortstop, leading things off here. Top of the first inning, bases empty, no one down. We're just underway. Mooney right-handed bat. 1-0 delivery is down low and away again. So Grundy missing to the same spot 2 consecutive times, and it's 2-0. Grundy takes his footing back on the mound. It stretches out his arms in front of him. Now fires the 2-0. Swinging a pop-up right side into foul ground. Brito, the first baseman, getting in a run, but he gives way to Shaw racing in from second base, who makes the catch for out number 1 here at the top of the first.
It's a great read by Shaw. That is a second baseman's ball right there. When it goes out like that, the first baseman doesn't have much of an angle. He has to go completely around, turn to his 7 o'clock, and that's not always the most ideal for first baseman. Second basemen have more of an edge. They can go to a straight line on the ball and make the snag. Shaw did that, losing his hat in the process.
We saw some pop-ups drift around in the wind last night against Brewster out at Gov Fuller Field, and what was eventually a scoreless tie. Colby Halter at the plate takes strike 1. 0-1 the count on the Falmouth third baseman with 1 away. Top of the first inning, base is empty. A nice day so far here at Doran Park. A big threat of rain coming into the day. 0-1 as Halter swings and drives it high and deep to left field. Moylan heading back for Bourne, and he drops it off the lip of the glove. It trails over by the fence, and Halter into second easily with what might be a double tray. Let's see how they score this one. Now they do give Moylan an error.
Yeah, I mean, that just went off his glove. I mean, that's something that we're going to see a lot today. This wind is pushing towards the outfield. So you want to talk about another advantage offensively for the Commodores? It's the wind pushing towards the fence when you hit a pop fly. It works out in the Commodores' favor there. And now all it takes is 1 hit to stop the scoreless streak.
And Jace Borfin at the plate, the left fielder, making his first at-bat of the summer. A returner from 2021, where he was an all-star with Falmouth last year. First pitch to him is a breaking ball down and in to the left-handed hitting Borfin, with Halter at second on the 2-base E7 on Josh Moylan out in left for Bourne. Here in the top of the first inning, 0-0 is your score. Doran looking for their first hit of the game, first run in now 20 1/3 innings. 1-0 pitch is down low, and it's 2-0. So this Bourne defense entering the day 9th out of 10 teams in errors. They've made 22 now, including Moylan's over in left. The only team that's made more is the one who opposes them today, Falmouth Commodores. Grundy peering in at the plate to get the sign. Borfin waggles the bat around behind his head in the lefty box, crouch stance. 2-0 pitch. Low and inside, and the count 3-0. So Grundy, the right-hander on the mound, has been missing down in the zone so far, Trey. We've seen this to all 3 hitters he's faced. And Borfin ahead in the count 3-0 in his first at-bat of the summer. Halter at second base, 0-0 score, top of the first. Grundy looking back, Halter at second, now turns, and the 3-0 is in for not a strike, up high. Ball 4 to Borfin, who saw 4 pitches, no strikes, and he takes first with a 1-out walk.
Number 33,
well, welcome back, Jace. I haven't seen a strike just yet, but, there was a frame job there by Alan Esteban. It was a little too high, tried to bring it down, wasn't the case. Now the Doors have 2 on with one gone in this young top half.
And Jacob Walsh, the batter, the third straight left-handed hitter faced by Grundy, and the third of 7 in the middle of this lineup. Only Alex Mooney in the number 1 spot and Luke Boyers, a switch hitter hitting 9th, are not left-handed hitters today for the Doors. But as Trey detailed, short line down the right field line, could be a day for pull power. Runners at first and second. First pitch to Walsh is a breaking ball that floats in and misses high. 1-0 the count. Grundy, right-hander, 6'1", 205-pounder from Somerset, Kentucky. Stayed close to home by going to Louisville, where he pitched 15 games this spring, started 2, so a guy who's done more relieving collegiately than starting. And now his 1-0 delivery on the way to Walsh. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, but well foul as it hits the base of the fence. And the count 1-1 on the Falmouth first baseman. With Halter at second, Bourne at first. Here in the top of the first inning at Doran Park on what has quickly turned into a pretty nice day. Yesterday, looking at the forecast, we were dreading it because it was supposed to rain all day, but they've kept pushing that rain back. We very well could not see any of it today, but it's anyone's guess what's going to happen in the next few hours or so. Walsh ready for the 1-1 from Grundy, who looks back Halter at second a couple times and now comes to the plate. Swinging a tapper off the plate off of Walsh's leg, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, he came into Bourne today, Carter, with chances of storms at 70 and 80%. Now they've dropped to 40 and 50 by 7 and 8 p.m. So there was thoughts about, only playing 5-6 innings, but not the case. I think we may play 9 tonight, knock on wood.
We very well could. This is one of the places that does have lights. A couple parks around this league do not. 1-2 on the way to Walsh. Breaking ball, swinging a pop-up left side, drifting out of play as the wind plays with it, but this one is way out as a couple kids go chasing after it. And the count stays 1-2 on Walsh, first baseman hitting cleanup, who entered this day hitting 135. So that average not exactly up there in the league leaders, but a lot of the figures for the Doors lately haven't been. Some averagers down in the 100s for these Doors, who have struggled on offense, entering the day last in the league in team batting average. 1-2 the count on Walsh, with runners at first and second, 1 down. The pitch, swinging a foul back, so Walsh staying alive here with a couple foul balls. Grundy trying to work through some command problems in this early inning. His first of work, his third appearance of the summer, second start. So far, he's been pretty good for the Braves, of 1.5 ERA. In 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. Trying to get out of a jam here. And the Doors trying to hit better with runners in scoring position, a real problem spot for them this year. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle into center field. Base hit. Here comes Halter rounding third. And the Doors finally score a run. It's 1-0 here in the top of the first inning as Colby Halter goes where North Door has for the last 20 1/3 innings. And the Falmouth is on top very quickly here.
So are we like throwing a party tonight because they just scored? I mean, holy cow, they finally did it. And that was a perfect hit right up the middle. Sometimes that's all it takes, just a line shot into center field, and it's enough there for Falmouth.
Walsh, first RBI of the day for Falmouth, who hadn't scored since the 7th inning of the Hyannis game back on June 29th. Final 2 innings of that game scoreless, and then 2 straight shutouts at home to Bourne and Brewster. 1 out, runners at first and third. Bourne ended up there on that single. Walsh at first with 1 down, so this inning not over either. Mooney popped out. Halter reached on a 2-base error by the left fielder Moylan. Bourne walked. Jacob Walsh, RBI single that scored Halter and moved Bourne to third. Now Peyton Stovall at the plate, down in the count, 0-1. Takes low, 1-1. Stovall, the other Arkansas Razorback, making his debut today for the Doors, taking the old number worn by Braden Taylor, who has since gone off to play for Team USA. Number 10, playing second base today, and hitting 5th, another left-handed hitter. He watches the 1-1 pitch drift outside, and it's 2-1. So the defense for Bourne in this inning, outfield left to right, Moylan, Rocafort, and Duffy. Infield around the horn, Malone, Harris, Shaw, and Brito, and Espinal, the catcher. 1-0 Commodores here in the top of the first and still hitting with runners at first and third and one out. Grundy deals. In for a strike at the knees, 1-2. 2-2 rather.
It's just me, or was that the first strike called today?
Well, Grundy certainly hasn't had a lot of them, especially not with the fastball. He's been missing down low most of all in the early going. The Doors have clearly seen some pitches to their liking in this inning. Halter hit a well-struck fly ball that the left fielder dropped. Borfin walked. Walsh singled as Stovall rips a foul ball to the right side, and it stays 2-2. With one out here, top of the first inning, Falmouth off to a roaring start by their standards here at Doran Park with a 1-0 lead, courtesy of the RBI single off the bat of Jacob Walsh, who stands at first base. Borfin at third. Stovall at the plate, trying to put something in play here with 2 strikes. 2-2 is up and in, and the count goes full on Stovall. So this officially a pretty lengthy inning for Cade Grundy in his second start of the summer, as he takes the hat off to wipe the brow already. Apparently a pretty humid day around the Cape Tray. We noticed that when we made our stop at Gov Fuller Field.
Yes.
It's not all that hot, but it's a little muggy. It's clear skies for right now, though. 3-2 delivery on the way to Stovall. Swinging a foul left side out of play.
And that run that came in for Falmouth, that was an unearned run because of the error by Colby Halter that was hit out to left field that grazed off the glove of Josh Moylan.
But the Doors, who were 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position yesterday and 0 for 7 against Bourne the day before that, they'll take it.
That'll
They had
play.
Plenty of opportunities to score unearned runs and let them go by. First and third, one out here, top of the first. Stovall at the plate. 3-2 the count and the pitch. Swinging a foul again to the left side, way high and out of play. So Stovall putting up another lengthy at bat in this inning. Commodores have not gone down easily here in this first frame.
He's fitting right in. A lot of guys are working the counts with the Commodores, even with the run struggle. Stovall doing just that right here.
So the Doors, who entered the day hitting 165 as a team with runners in scoring position, are so far 1 for 1 today. Stovall trying to make this 2 for 2, or at least drive in a run with a fly ball. 3-2. Little bit low. Good take by Stovall, and he takes first, moving Walsh to second and loading the bases here in the top of the first. It's already 1-0 Commodores, and Corey Collins is the batter with only one away.
If that's an inch higher, not even, that's strike 3. That is probably one of the better takes I've seen in a while from Peyton Stovall.
Collins at the plate, another lefty bat, but he hits here in a really juicy spot. Bases loaded, one out here, top of the first inning. Doors already up 1-0 and smelling some blood here against the Braves. Grundy looking in, his first pitch to Collins is a swing and a foul right back, 0-1. Collins this season hitting 156, couple walks. He's been swinging the bat better as of late. Had a double yesterday and was also hit by a pitch, so he was on base a couple times against the Whitecaps. But we saw a Halley's Comet type of game yesterday. How many times in your life are you going to see a scoreless baseball game end in a tie that went at least 9 innings?
Well, never, because I don't think anyone else does ties in summer baseball.
0-1. Down low and in to Collins, and it's 1-1.
So what's worse, tying a baseball game or a soccer match that ends tied?
I say a baseball game's much worse.
I would 100% agree.
Soccer fans see scoreless ties all the time.
Yeah.
They see a scoreless tie and they walk out of the park thinking, wow, what a proper match. Bases loaded, one out here at Doran Park. Cade Grundy laboring through his first inning. Collins at the plate takes up high for ball 2, and it's 2-1.
The players do all the soccer claps too. You know, it's everything. Everyone thinks it's a proper match.
Well, the Doors off to a proper start here at Doran Park. First road game against the Braves this season, and already they've scored 1 run after that shutout defeat to Bourne. just 2 days ago at Gulf Fuller Field, as a conference now takes place on the mound between Alan Espinal, the catcher, Cade Grundy, the right-handed pitcher, and the Bourne pitching coach.
This is like best case scenario for Falmouth. I mean, if this keeps going, if Grundy finds himself in more innings down the road here, the better off they're going to be. But whenever Bourne makes that switch to lefties, yikes. So we're going to see a lot more lefty on lefty matchups. Right now, Falmouth has to take advantage of what it has right now. Bases juiced, one gone, top of the first. You know, you have another lefty at the plate. You have a righty on lefty duel. Collins has got to put something in play here.
Well, Collins ahead in the count, 2-1. As Grundy just put his hat back on, and from where we are, it's visible that he's already sweating in this game. Having to sweat out a tough inning with the bases loaded and one down, already trailing 1-0. 2-1 is a swing and a miss by Collins. Big cut at a heater, and it's 2-2.
Looks like he put a lot more gas on that one than he has been recently. Sometimes you just need to talk. But he got one right here just a couple moments ago.
So 1-0, 1 out. Bourne at third, Walsh at second, Stovall at first, Collins at the plate. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Grundy gets him for his first strikeout of the day, and it's a big one for the second out of the inning. Bases still loaded, and Drew Brutcher is the hitter.
Right fielder,
Try to increase this Falmouth lead, but things just got that much harder.
Yeah, and you know, it's going to sting even more if Brutcher does something very similar. We've seen what he's capable of when the wind is at his back and he's at the plate. We saw it at Veterans Field. His only home run this season was a ball that went into orbit into the Chatham Knight.
Not a lot of wind today, at least not blowing out to the outfield. As Brutcher stands in, left-handed batter, fouls this pitch off, and it's 0-1. With 2 down, bases loaded. Top of the first inning still here at Doran Park. Doors still batting, having already scored their first run to snap that 20 1/3 scoreless inning streak that spanned 4 different games if you include the first out of today's game. 0-1 the count on Brutcher, the number 7 hitter playing right today. Grundy looking in, now is 0-1. Check swing as Brutcher definitely went. Called strike at the plate by home plate umpire Mikey Garcia, and it's 0-2.
That's what they call a sword. You know, half swing where didn't look like he didn't want to swing, and it's just a weak one. It's like in the bench warmers and how he uses his sword.
And Brutcher definitely got all kinds of tied up with that 0-1. Now 0-2, 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the first. Grundy trying to get out of a jam. 0-2, way high. 1-2. Brutcher on the year hitting 143. Has had a tough go with the bat, as have most of these Commodores so far this year, but just talking to guys, hearing the way they talk around the cage and the assistants and bullpen catcher, they say that they're going to come around here sooner or later. It's just baseball. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a tapper foul right side. Bourne at third, Walsh at second, Stovall at first in this lengthy top of the first. Doors got the RBI single to break through first off the bat of Jacob Walsh, who stands at second base. Cade Grundy, right-hander for Bourne, starter in this game, is trying to polish off what has been a troubled first frame. 1-2. Pop foul left side, and we've seen a lot of that in this first inning, Trey. Falmouth hitters staying alive with 2 strike counts.
Yeah, and the ball boys better be strapped with a lot of baseballs because they've been kept on going out of play. But you got to give credit to Falmouth. You know, you're seeing it starting to show a little bit more competence at the plate, working these counts. That's step 1.
1-2 on the way from Grundy. High and away again, 2-2. Good eye by Brutcher. Defense for Bourne, playing him straight up with the bases still loaded. Seems like the Braves have just been on defense forever in this game. Doran Watts-Brown may have to throw a couple more pitches to get himself warmed up for this bottom of the first. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Second straight strikeout out of the arm of Grundy. Ends things in the top of the first, but not before the Doors show some life. They get a run on a 1 hit and 1 error. They leave the bases loaded as we head to the bottom of the first inning. It's 1-0 Falmouth here at Doran Park. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores radio network. Well, welcome back to Doran Park, where you just missed, if you're tuning in right now, a pretty lengthy top of the first inning where the Doors finally scored a run for the first time in 20 and a third innings. An RBI single by Jacob Walsh left the bases loaded as Doran Watts-Brown fires the first pitch into Matt Shaw, and the count quickly 0-1 to the Bourne second baseman hitting leadoff. Watts-Brown, the right-hander for Falmouth, making his fourth start of the summer. The 0-1 is a swing and a high fly foul right side, 0-2. So Matt Shaw followed by Jack Duffy, the right fielder, hitting second. Brennan Malone, a recent addition, hitting third, playing third. Josh Moylan in left, hitting cleanup. Chris Brito, the first baseman, hitting fifth. 0-2 pitch to Shaw is swung on and missed. Quick strikeout for Watts-Brown to start things here in the bottom of the first inning, and there's one away.
I blinked. Can you tell me what happened? It was that quick. Three strikes, 3 pitches, and that's the mindset from Watts-Brown. Got to go with your 2 words here, strike one. That's what he told me when he started in game 2 of the doubleheader against Orleans. He found that, like I said, didn't have the run support.
3-pitch strikeout as the first pitch into Duffy is in for a strike. It's 0-1. And a strikeout of Shaw, who has been undoubtedly Bourne's most dangerous hitter this summer. Entered the evening hitting .390. 0-1 pitches in on the fist, grounded softly to second base to Stovall, who makes the throw in plenty of time for out number 2. Very quickly, 2 up, 2 down for Bourne here in the bottom of the first inning. As we round out the lineup, Wyatt Hensler, the DH, hitting 6th. Carson Roccaforte playing center, hitting 7th. Alan Espinal, the catcher, hitting 8th. And Dakota Harris, the shortstop, hitting 9th. Brendan Malone, playing third and hitting third, now steps to the plate in his second Cape team uniform of the summer. We just saw him in Brewster about a week ago as the first pitch to him comes in a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. And Malone, a guy who played for Falmouth last summer. 0-1. Breaking ball caught the outside corner. Nasty from Watts-Brown, and it's 0-2. Base is empty. 2 down, bottom of the first. Watts Brown working quickly with an 0-2 count. A little too far outside. That pitch drifts away. It's 1-2.
Not bad for your sixth pitch being a ball.
1-2 the count now on Malone. And the pitch down low and away. Blocked by Cozart. They appeal to first, and Sparky Burns, the first base umpire, says that Malone didn't go. So he adjusts the gloves and steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Here in the bottom of the first inning, 2 down. Nobody on for Bourne, up to bat for the first time today. So Malone played 15 games for Brewster this summer, hit .233, had a home run, 6 walks, stole a couple bags, but now he's here as a Bourne Brave. 2-2. Swinging a softly hit ground ball to shortstop. Mooney waits for it, now gathers and throws to Walsh, who picks it for out number 3. A very quick 1-2-3 inning for the Bourne Braves. They go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left as we head on to the top of the second. Cozart, Boyers, and Mooney, 8, 9, and 1 for Falmouth coming up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, we roll on to the top of the second inning here at Doran Park between the Falmouth Commodores and the Bourne Braves in a 1-0 game. And would you believe it? It's the Doors who lead after their first inning run snapped a 20 1/3 scoreless inning streak. Cade Grundy deals the first pitch to Jacob Cozart, the Falmouth catcher, hitting 8th, and it's 0-1. First run in the top of the first, courtesy of the RBI single from Jacob Walsh. 0-1 pitch is inside to Cozart, and it's 1-1. So on deck, Luke Boyers, the 9th place hitter, a switch hitter, breaking up a streak of 7 consecutive lefties in the starting 9 today for Falmouth. 1-1. Check swing by Cozart, but he didn't go. It's down and in, and it's ball 2.
Not even a debate on it either. You know, that's a good read by Cozart. He knew it was going to be a breaking ball, just depending on where it was, and it found itself in the dirt.
So Cade Grundy, the right-hander on the mound for Bourne, hoping for a quicker inning in this second frame as Cozart swings and sends a high drive to right center field. Roccaforte in center to track it down near the fence for out number 1 here in the top of the second.
What got out there?
He gave it a good ride all the way out to right center field underneath the scoreboard here at Doran Park, but Carson Roccaforte, the center fielder, tracked it back all the way and made a catch with plenty of space. Luke Boyers now the batter, the 9th place hitter, switch hitting left-handed against the righty Grundy. First pitch to him is a swing and a tapper foul over towards Alex Mooney in the on-deck circle over by the Falmouth dugout. And the count 0-1 with 1 down, bases empty, top of the second inning here at Doran Park. And the sun has peeked behind a couple clouds. What has otherwise been a pretty pleasant day so far. But still early going here in Bourne. 0-1. Check swing, and unlucky for Boyers, he just did get a piece of that on the half swing, and it was fouled straight back. 0-2. Boyers at the plate, still looking for his first hit of the summer. He's 0 for his first 13 after coming over from TCU. Grundy's 0-2, skips in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. Pretty good crowd here at Doran Park. Haven't been making a lot of noise early, but there's plenty of people here. Certainly seen smaller crowds in our travels so far this summer. One out, base is empty. Boyers at the plate with a 1-2 count. And the pitch. Swinging a softly hit ground ball down the first baseline. Brito gloves it and makes sure to touch the bag for out number 2 here at the top of the second inning. 3 unassisted it goes, and Alex Mooney is the batter with the bases empty and 2 down. So already a much quicker frame for Grundy than he had in the first, Trey.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, it was sometimes you just need a little bit longer to get loose in a game, and Grundy's showing it right now. You know, not jamming batters, putting it in spots where hitters don't like. Looking good so far in the second inning.
First pitch to Alex Mooney is in for a strike. Fastball at the knees, and it's 0-1. So Grundy, who features a fastball in the low 90s and a high 70s curveball, had to work through a jam in the first as the 0-1 drifts a little bit too far outside and low for Mooney's liking. It's 1-1. The Doors in the first had a pop-up from Mooney, but then a 2-base error on the left fielder Moylan, a walk, an RBI single, and another walk. As the 1-1 pitch to swing and a ground ball to first base, Brito to his right, bobbles, picks it up to Grundy, covering, not in time. The Mooney beats it out. Another example of the shaky Bourne defense in the early going in this game, but it goes as the second hit of the day for Falmouth, and I think fairly so.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, Mooney put enough effort into it to beat out that baseball. I mean, we talk about it all the time. This is someone who is always a tough out because he's going to give it 110% each and every single time. He's a dog. I mean, you want to have someone like that that's hitting leadoff. Alex Mooney is doing that. He's been doing that for most of, if not the entire season.
So now Mooney at first base on that hustle infield hit, and Colby Halter at the plate. Left-handed bat against the righty Grundy, and a throw over to first, but Mooney back in plenty of time. The Doors with another hit, 1 run on 2 hits so far. Bourne no runs on no hits and 1 error here at the top of the second inning. So still a lot of baseball left to be played, but already the Doors are making things happen on the offensive end, at least compared to their last couple games. A lot more. First pitch to Halter is low and in for ball 1 on the Doors' third baseman, who hit a high fly ball the opposite way back in the top of the first. It was Josh Moylan out in left field for Bourne, who went back on the ball and had it glance off the lip of his glove as it went just a little bit further over his head than I think he anticipated, and Halter ended up at second base. Later scored the first run of the day. Grundy taking his time, now the 1-0. Breaking ball, low and away, 2-0. So here in the top of the second, Cozart flew out to center, Boyers grounded out to first, and then Mooney just reached on a similar ground ball over to first base that Chris Brito couldn't come up with cleanly. But Mooney with a hard 90 beat it out nonetheless, scored a hit. He stands at first and hasn't given an indication of stealing yet, but he's 3 for 4 on the summer in that category. 2-0. Caught the top of the zone, and it's 2-1 on Halter. To Mooney over there at first base, chatting with Brito. Halter stands back into the lefty box, takes a couple half swings with the bat. It appears he's choked up a little bit more on it. Those blue batting gloves. Grundy throws over to first again, but again, Brito doesn't even lean down to apply the tag. It just serves to get Mooney's jersey ruined out in front with all that dirt. But he's a guy who ends up with a messy jersey every game he plays. I don't think we've seen him clean after one game this season.
Not one.
Guy's been in the starting lineup since opening day. 2-1 the count on Halter. Mooney at first, 2 down, top of the second. Grundy looking in, another throw and another slide for Mooney. Halter's had to wait around here for pitches to hit.
I think Mooney was going on that one. He looked a little bit more turned to his right side leading off, and that's something a lot of base runners will try to do. They'll try and, turn a little bit more so they can turn that left foot to where, he can get closer to second base.
Mooney with a short lead at first, 2-1 the count on Halter in the pitch. too high, and it's 3-1. So the Doors already have 2 hits today. They had 4 all of last night in that 0-0 tie. So it goes to the books as the second tie of the season for Falmouth. Not a lot of offense last night, and just a brutal day at the plate for the whole team and with runners in scoring position, but already things have changed today. 3-1. Swing and a miss by Halter, had a big rip, but came up empty, and the count goes full with 2 down. So now we know Mooney's going to be going. Everything set in motion with a full count and 2 outs here, top of the second. Falmouth already up 1-0. And Colby Halter, the team's hottest hitter at the plate. A guy who routinely puts the bat on the ball. Halter this season already with a pair of doubles and a home run to his credit, so he's got some pop. 3-2 pitch to him. Mooney goes as Halter swings and fouls it right side on the ground over towards the Falmouth dugout, and it stays 3-2.
So it makes you think, with Mooney going obviously on a full count, does Grundy throw over to Mooney yet again? Not even try and go after Halter as his first priority. Maybe does he try to pick off Mooney here, knowing that he's been stealing, he's been looking to steal this entire at-bat? Or does he just throw to Colby?
I think he's got to concentrate on Halter here because as far as I can remember, I don't think the Doors have had a guy picked off first this whole season.
No. They've just been caught at second base. But that's something that's been working well. They haven't been picked off.
Well, Grundy trying to focus up here with the count 3-2. Mooney at first, and he goes. 3-2 to Halter is a swing and a miss. Fastball had him way behind. And the third strikeout of the day for Grundy ends the top of the second. The Doors get a hit and don't score. No errors. They leave 1. We head to the bottom of the second here at Doran Park as Moylan, Brito, and Hensler, 4, 5, and 6. In the Braves order is coming up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, welcome back to the bottom of the second inning here at Doran Park, where the Bourne Braves are set to start things in their offensive end. Josh Moylan, the left fielder hitting cleanup, is going to lead things off here against Jerron Watts-Brown, the right-hander on for inning number 2. He leans and fires the first pitch to Moylan. It's a swing and a high pop-up left side, foul ground. Halter sprinting out from third base, and left fielder Bourne coming in as well, but it drops out of play beyond the fence.
Did they hit a fan over there in left field?
It doesn't appear to have happened, but Bourne reached over the fence at least. He might have made contact with someone. Saw some kids running after that ball, but Watts-Brown so far trying to get through a second inning that was as quick as his first. He dispatched the 1, 2, and 3 hitters with relative ease. He struck out Shaw and grounded out Duffy and Malone to start this game in an inning that if you had left and gotten up to get a drink, you would have missed entirely. 0-1 pitch is down low and inside, and it's 1-1 on Moylan. Bottom of the second here at Doran Park. Here in the Commodores' first trip to this place this season. 1-1. Low and in again, and it's 2-1. Moylan, a guy who did a lot of damage a few nights ago against the Harwich Mariners on the 29th, came a triple shy of the cycle and drove in 5 that night. 2-1. nearly had the zone at the knees on the inside corner, but it missed. 3-1. Defense straight up for the Commodores. 3-1 pitch, the swing and a ground ball to second base. Easy play for Stovall, who has it and completes the play for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. So on 3-1, Moylan swinging, but he comes away empty.
First baseman, number
One away here, bottom of the second, and Chris
Christopher
Brito coming up. So Watts Brown, a guy who is known for his strikeout prowess, has been soft contact that's done the Braves in at least so far through an inning and a third. Bases empty, one down, bottom of the second, and Chris Brito takes a strike on the inside corner. Fastball from Watts Brown, and the count 0-1. Brito, right-handed batter. 0-1 delivery to him is a breaking ball that got the outside corner, and it's 0-2, and that is a key pitch for Watts Brown that we've seen him throw for strikes in each of his first 3 starts this summer. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Got him. On 3 pitches, Brito makes his way down to the dugout, a strikeout victim. Second K of the game for Watts Brown, and Hensler, Wyatt Hensler that is, the DH, and number 6 hitter today is the batter. Watts Brown has sat down the first 5 men in order today.
And both of his strikeouts came in 3 pitches.
First pitch on the way to Hensler. Fastball a little low and away, and it's 1-0. 2 away, bases empty, bottom of the second, and the Braves trying to get on the board with their first hit or base runner of the evening. Hensler, right-handed batter at the plate, 1-0. Further outside, and again missed for Watts Brown. It's 2-0. Hensler at the plate, a .238 hitter coming into the evening. But a guy who makes a lot of contact everywhere he goes. Has certainly done that at Penn in his career with the Quakers. 2-0. Swinging a foul tip on a half swing. 2-1 the count now on Hensler. And this is a guy at the plate who I had a chance to watch plenty of last summer out with the Ashboro Copperheads in the Coastal Plain League.
I know about that league.
Both of us were down there at the same time, and Trey was out on the coast with Morehead City. But Hensler with the Copperheads hit .326. 2-1. Breaking ball that drifts in for a strike, and it's 2-2. And down there, he was pretty much the everyday number 3 hitter. Sometimes cleanup, occasionally 5th. But a guy who put a lot of bat on ball throughout the summer. 2-2. Down low and away, and it's 3-2. It's always interesting to see guys from other leagues that you know of or that you watched or called games for, and they make their way up here, and you kind of know what type of player they are. 3-2. Breaking ball and a beauty. Froze him for strike 3. And the third out in the bottom of the second inning. Third strikeout of the day for Watts Brown. And that sends us to the top of the third. Borfen, Walsh, and Stovall, 3, 4, and 5. The heart of the order coming up for Falmouth. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, we head into the top of the third here at Doran Park. 1-0, the Falmouth Commodores lead the Bourne Braves. Chase Bourne, left fielder and number 3 hitter, takes ball 1 up high from Cade Grundy, the right-hander, on for inning number 3. So Bourne walked his first time up, now trying to start things here in the third. Lefty batter against the righty Grundy, and it's a swing and a miss on the 1-0. Count 1-1. Bourne making his summer debut tonight. Reached base his first time up on a 4-pitch walk. 1-1. Swing and a miss behind on that fastball, and it's 1-2. 1-2 delivery. A little bit low, and it's 2-2. So Falmouth trying to snap out of this skid that they've been in the last 6 games. 0-5-1 in their last 6, looking for their first win since June 25th. That was that 6-4 victory at Gov Fuller Field against the Wareham Gatemen. 2-2 to Bourne. Swinging a pop foul back of the plate, and stays 2-2. So Bourne coming over from Arkansas, where he played in 32 games this spring for the Razorbacks in his sophomore spring this year. A .228 hitter. 2-2 from Grundy. Swinging a pop foul again, this time to the left side. Count stays 2-2. But Bourne with that 768 OPS. He was a guy who got on base and hit for good power when he did connect. In 92 at bats, 8 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. As the 2-2 pitch comes in for strike 3. Froze him that time for out number 1 here in the top of the third. And Jacob Walsh comes to the plate with the bases empty and 1 down.
Out of Oregon, Jacob Walsh.
So it was Walsh who finally snapped the scoreless inning streak at 20 1/3 for the Doors back in the first inning on the RBI single that scored Colby Halter from second base. He now bats for the second time today, does Walsh. First pitch to him is fouled back, 0-1 the count on the Falmouth first baseman with 1 away, bases empty, top of the third. In a 1-0 game so far, that RBI has been the difference. Cade Grundy trying to get through inning number 3 after a difficult first. 0-1 comes in up high, and it's 1-1. But then a quieter second when he limited the Doors to just an infield hit from Alex Mooney. And nothing more than that. Grundy peering in, and now the 1-1. Swinging a hard drive to right field, way back. Duffy looking up, and it is gone! A no-doubt line drive home run off the bat of Jacob Walsh. Give him a 2-for-2, 2 RBI day, and he doubles the Door lead in dramatic fashion here at Doran Park. 2-0 on the solo shot here in the top of the third.
I told you someone was going to take advantage of this small yard in right field. Only 300 down the line, and all it takes for Walsh is a line drive. That's the second line drive home run he's had this season. That's just how much power he brings to the plate.
Well, Trey, you said a couple games ago that this guy was due, and he's been swinging the bat better as of late. First pitch to Stovall is hit in the air to deep center field. Rocafort going back to the wall, and that one is gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Commodores here in the top of the third inning as Peyton Stovall goes deep in just his second at-bat of the summer. It's 3-0 Commodores here in the top of the third.
Welcome to Falmouth, Peyton. It's good to have you, man. That was a beautiful rip. All it took was one pitch, too. You knew right off the sound that that thing was going to go yard, and it did just that. So where are these coming from, man? Oh, my goodness.
This yard failing to contain the Commodores so far. They've scored 3 runs today. You better break them up. They're hot. Grundy looking in at Corey Collins and delivers a first pitch to swing in a pop-up left side. Malone going out from third, giving chase, but it falls foul. 0-1 the count on Collins.
Oh, darn. That one stayed in the yard.
Can't have 3 straight swings for home runs, unfortunately. Collins, the DH, hitting 6th, now comes back to the plate, but he's got a tough act to follow. Back-to-back home runs off the bat of Walsh and Stovall in this inning have made it a 3-0 game. The Commodores now lead the Bourne Braves. Collins, another left-handed hitter against the righty Grundy, who had settled into a bit of a groove, but can erase that now. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Collins at a fastball up high, and it's 0-2. So bases loaded, 1 out in the first. It was Grundy who struck out Collins and Brutcher to end that threat and then got through a quiet second. But now the doors are erupting here in the third with 1 out, bases empty, and a 3-0 game. 0-2. Breaking ball low, and it's 1-2. Jacob Walsh with his third homer of the summer, and Stovall with his first. In his first official at bat, because he walked his first time up. 1-2 to Collins is a swing and a rip foul right side, and it stays 1-2 on the Falmouth DH. But don't count Collins out here. This is a guy with a lot of slug. Good power at Georgia this spring. He belted 11 home runs with the Bulldogs. Had a 2-home run game back in March. 1-2. Breaking ball gets him this time. Down looking goes Collins, and that's the second out here in the top of the third inning. And both strikeouts in this top of the third have been via the looking K, Bourne the other, and Drew Brutcher now the batter with the bases empty and 2 down. So the Doors off to a roaring start offensively in this game, up 3-0 here in the top of the third. Cade Grundy deals to Brutcher. It's a swing and a foul back, 0-1. Second baseman Shaw playing Brutcher to pull, playing deeper in that hole at second base with a wide open space in the middle of the diamond. Brutcher 0 for 1 today, struck out to end the first inning with the bases loaded. 0-1. Breaking ball is a swing and a ground ball, base hit to right field. Duffy comes up with it, but a clean single for Brutcher extends this inning with 2 down, top of the third. It's a single for Brutcher, and Cozart comes to the plate with a man at first and 2 down.
Yeah, that was right through the hole. Brito knew he didn't have a chance on it. Just went right over to first base just in case if Brutcher made too long of a turn over there at first base. Clean rip there from Drew, and the inning stays alive for Falmouth.
Jacob Cozart 0 for 1 today. Hit a long fly ball out back in the second. Grundy still on the mound against the lefty batting Cozart. First pitch to him is a swing and a tapper off the plate. 0-1 the count to the Falmouth catcher. So Cozart, the number 8 hitter in this lineup. This inning started with number 3 hitter Jace Bourne striking out looking, but then back-to-back home runs off the bat of Jacob Walsh and then Peyton Stovall in his debut game. Made it 3-0 here in the top of the third. Runner at first, 2 down. Cozart hitting, 0-1 the count. The pitch swing and a miss, it's 0-2. Luke Boyer's on deck, a switch hitter who would bat left-handed against the righty Grundy. So this heavy left-handed lineup paying dividends today. Both home runs off the bat of left-handed hitters, Walsh and Stovall. 0-2 the count on Cozart and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer half had Cozart way behind. And that ends the top of the third, but not before the Doors get 2 runs on 2 very big swings. The back-to-back solo shots by Jacob Walsh and Peyton Stovall. 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Roccaforte, Espinal, and Harris, 7, 8, 9 for Bourne coming up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, welcome back to Doran Park, and we certainly hope you're not just joining us, because if you did, you just missed the top of the third when the Commodores went back-to-back with home runs off the bats of Jacob Walsh and Peyton Stovall as Jaron Watts-Brown fires the first pitch to Carson Rocafort. It's a ground ball to first base. Walsh flips to Watts-Brown, and that's out number one here in the bottom of the third very quickly on one pitch.
The catcher, number 31, out of Vanderbilt.
That's a fine how do you do to start our transition in from a break tray. But Watts-Brown has been working quickly and effectively today. He's gotten a couple first pitch outs. 3 strikeouts to his credit so far, and he looks to be locked in today against the Bourne Braves. He's retired 7 straight to this point. Bases empty, 1 down, and Alan Espinal takes down low. They appeal to first, and Sparky Burns says he didn't go. It's 1-0. Right-handed hitting Alan Espinal, the catcher for Bourne, hitting 8th. The 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. So Jaron Watts-Brown on the mound looking for his first win of the season, and decisions-wise, he's 0 for 3 so far, but each of the games he's pitched, the Doors have ended up scoring only 1 run each time. 1-1 had Espinal way out in front on his front foot. 1-2 the count on a nasty breaking ball from Watts-Brown. Very quickly 1-2 with 1 out, bases empty. Espinal at the plate. Dakota Harris, switch hitter on deck. 1-2. Breaking ball again, same spot, but Espinal laid off, and it's 2-2. The defense for the Commodores very quickly, in case you missed it. Outfield left to right, Jace Borfin, Luke Boyers, Drew Brutcher. Infield around the horn, Colby Halter, Alex Mooney, Peyton Stovall, and Jacob Walsh as that 3-2 comes upstairs, and it's 3-2. Jacob Cozart, the catcher. He and Watts-Brown have been working well so far in this game. Here in the bottom of the third, the Braves have yet to put on a base runner. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a chopper softly to third base. Halter moving in, throws on the run in time for out number 2. Fine pick and play from Colby Halter over there at the hot corner. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the third.
It's so good seeing him at his position, his normal position where he plays at Florida, because he makes it look so easy. Got a great read on the ball, charged in on it, made the play, chucked it on the run. That was tailor-made right there by Colby.
2 away, bases empty. Here in the bottom of the third at Doran Park, and the Bourne Braves still looking for a base runner for their home crowd to cheer for. Watts-Brown fires the first pitch to Dakota Harris. It's a swing and a miss at a pitch down and into the left-handed hitting switch hitter. It's 0-1. Harris is first at bat today with 2 down, bases empty. 0-1. Swing and a miss again. Another breaking ball had him fishing. 0-2 the count, and that pitch looks to be working well for Watts-Brown today.
That was nasty. That was his best pitch that he has thrown today.
0-2 the count with 2 down, bases empty. Watts-Brown delivers. Swinging a ground ball again to second base. It's Stovall who throws over to first to complete this bottom of the third. Another ground ball out. And the Braves had 3 of those in order in that frame. 1, 2, 3, they go again. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the top of the fourth here at Doran Park. Boyers, Mooney, and Halter, 9, 1, and 2 in the Falmouth order coming up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Doran Park as we head to the top of the fourth inning between the Falmouth Commodores and Bourne Braves in a 3-0 game. The Doors lead it, partly on the strength of back-to-back home runs back in the third inning, but now they take their cuts against a new Bourne pitcher. It's left-hander Will Sandy, relieving right-handed starter Cade Grundy, whose day is done after 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. First pitch to Boyers is on the outside corner for strike one. 0-1 the count to Boyers, who's 0 for 1 today. Switch hitter batting right-handed against the lefty Sandy. 0-1. Couldn't catch the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. Boyers waving that bat around in front of the plate, now brings it back. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball right by him, and it's 1-2. Sandy making his second appearance of the summer out of UNC. 1-2. High and away from Boyers, and it's 2-2.
He comes from the best city in the world, too. Raleigh, North Carolina.
And what makes you say that, Trey?
Because I live there.
2-2 the count on Boyers. The pitch. Ooh, nasty breaking ball on the outer half. Got Boyers looking, and he knew it right away for out number 1 here in the top of the fourth inning. First strikeout of the day for Sandy, and his first batter faced. And Alex Mooney in the top of the Falmouth order now coming back around with the bases empty and 1 down. Mooney, right-handed batter against the left-hander Sandy. First pitch. A little bit outside, and it's 1-0. So Sandy, who just finished up his sophomore spring with UNC, 12 games pitched, 6 of them starts, but had a really good year. 1-0. Swing and a miss by Mooney. Went chasing after a breaking ball on the outer half, and it's 1-1. Sandy, who stands at 6'4", had a 2.59 ERA with the Tar Heels. 1-1. Swinging a tapper off the end of the bat, foul right side towards the Doors dugout, and it's 1-2. Sandy in 24 and a third innings, only gave up 18 hits, 7 earned runs, held opponents to a 198 batting average, but did have more walks than strikeouts, so he has to get it under control on the mound. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He looks awfully under control here. His second strikeout in as many batters. This time Mooney goes down swinging, and there's out number 2 here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, he fooled Mooney with a lot of outside pitches there. Each and every time Mooney swung at the ball, he was leaning towards first base, coming out of the right-handed batter's box. Good placement there by Sandy.
Yeah, so Sandy, who did walk 18 in 24 and a third at UNC, has looked in command so far in this, his second appearance of the summer. Colby Halter at the plate, lefty-lefty matchup, and he swings at the first pitch and taps it foul back of the plate. 0-1 the count. Sandy last pitched on June 28th against Hyannis. Went an inning and a third, gave up 5 runs, 3 earned on 4 hits against a scorching hot Harbor Hawks squad. 0-1 the count as a swing and a foul back. 0-2 on Halter.
Yeah, Hyannis is looking really good right now. Only 6 points back from Katuitt in the West, sitting at second place.
Hyannis 10-5-3 so far this summer after going 8-28 last summer. They've already won more games so far right away than they did all of last year. 0-2 the count on Halter. Sandy delivers. It's a swing and a high fly ball to left field. Moylan coming in a few steps, and a routine play ends the top of the fourth. Halter put the bat on the ball, but flies out to end things. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left as we head on to the bottom of the fourth. In a 3-0 game, Falmouth leads Bourne here at Doran Park. Trey Redfield will take over the play-by-play duties for a few frames. When we come back, you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
We're into the bottom of the fourth inning here at Doran Park, where the Commodores lead the Braves by a score of 3-0. Doran Watts-Brown on for his fourth inning of work, and the first pitch is fouled back for strike one, going up against Matt Shaw for the second time tonight. With Carter Bainbridge, I'm Trey Redfield. Happy to have you with us tonight. After a quick turnaround with the Braves, last time the Doors saw him was on Friday, and it was a 1-0 loss at Gov Fuller Field. Watts-Brown from the windup deals the 0-1. Swung on and ripped into center field, through for a base hit. That's the first hit given up by Doran Watts-Brown today, and it's a single to center field by Matt Shaw. One on, no one gone in this bottom of the fourth. Falmouth 3, Bourne nothing.
I'll tip your cap to Watts-Brown. That's the first base runner of any kind he's allowed today, so the 3 perfect innings now over, but he gave up a single to an awfully good hitter in Shaw, the guy who hit the solo home run that won the Braves the game just 2 nights ago.
That was his second of the season. Now Jack Duffy at the plate, ready on lefty duel. Watts-Brown from the stretch. Fastball, outer half, finds his own, strike one. Duffy is also 0 for 1 tonight, hitting .316 with 1 home run and 6 RBIs on the season. Watts-Brown peeks over at first. Comes set, pickoff move, it bounces, Walsh blocks it. Great job by Jacob Walsh, the first baseman out of Oregon, keeping his body in front of the ball. We've gotten a lot of praise from Walsh about his defensive efforts at first base. It shows. He had a lot of impact with the Ducks this season in what was his freshman season as well. The 0-1. Breaking ball right down the pipe. Strike two.
You can practically hear that thing from where we sit. That was just absolutely nasty from the hand of Watts-Brown.
Shaw with a lead off first. Pretty big one over there. Has 8 stolen bases this season, which leads Bourne. 0-2 pitch. Fastball too high. 1-2. We've seen Watts-Brown deal at Long Beach State. On May 8th against UC Riverside, he threw a no-hitter. Pickoff move over to first. Tag applied. He's safe. Watts-Brown sets back up on the mound. Working from the stretch. Looks over at first. Has his sign from Kozar. Kicks and fires with the 1-2. Nope, no he doesn't. He actually steps off. At least we thought he was,
well,
but Shaw had a big hop over there at first base.
Shaw almost took off, almost got himself picked off.
1-2, curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. That was nasty from Watts-Brown, finding the inner half and escaping the strike zone. 1 gone here in the bottom of the fourth. Shaw still leads off first.
The third baseman, number 15.
Fourth K of the day for Watts-Brown. This is a guy who struck out 111 in 73 1/3 innings at Long Beach State this spring. Almost looks like he has 2 different types of breaking balls working so far this evening. You figure that's something we could ask him about. He's a pretty affable guy who shares a lot with us.
Brennan Malone at the plate looks at strike 1, a fastball on the outer half.
But the emphasis to that statement is that he's got both of them working, and I mean working with a capital W.
And he knows it too, showing a lot of pride on the mound tonight. Righty on righty duel. The 0-1. Fake steal, swung on and bounced over to the left side. Halter picks it up. There's one. How about the other? Not in time. So Halter gets it over to second base in time for the second out, but it can be flipped over to first base in time for the third. So 2 gone, still a man on first. Falmouth leading Bourne 3-0 in this bottom half of the fourth inning. It's now Josh Moylan at the plate, the left fielder out of East Carolina, who grounded out to second to lead off the second. Hitting .217 this season coming into tonight. Steps into the left-handed batter's box. Malone leads off first. First pitch, too high and away. Ball 1, a fastball.
I've been awfully impressed with Peyton Stovall tonight. 2 at-bats, a walk, and a home run. And then that not an easy play defensively, especially not with brand new teammates. This is debut game this summer. Having to cover second.
1-0 pitch. Fastball on the inner half. Strike 1, count even. Stovall gave it a chance. You know, he had a cannon over there throwing it over to first. It was a slow bouncer over to that left side, but even with Stovall's arm, the Commodores couldn't turn a double play, something they've been doing a lot of this season. 1 on, 2 gone, 1-1. Fastball ripped into right field. Rutcher is under it, has an easy beat, and makes the grab to close out the 4th inning. Well, despite giving up a hit, Gerard Watts-Brown is still dealing, and he knows it. We go into the top of the 5th. The Commodores leading the Braves by a score of 3-0. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Now into the top of the 5th inning here at Doran Park. The Commodores leading the Braves by a score of 3-0. Will Sandy on for his 2nd inning of work, taking on Jace Borfin in his first appearance with the Commodores, as that pitch misses low for ball 1. Borfin led off the 3rd as well. He went down looking. 1-0. Fastball misses outside. Count even at 1. Check that. It's 2-0 actually. Borfin just 0 for 1 with that strikeout. He walked in the 1st. Sandy working from the windup, kicks and fires. Too low, ball 3. Borfin's in left field tonight, coming out of Arkansas, a team that was just 1 game away from making it to the CWS final. 3-0 pitch, misses inside, ball 4. So just like how it was in the 1st, Jace Borfin walks on 4 pitches.
Well, Braden Taylor's out there at Team USA right now, and doubtful we're going to see him again this summer in a Commodores uniform, but Borfin's almost got the same jersey number. He's wearing 9 to Taylor's 10, and he looks to have the similar skill set, a guy who takes his pitches, takes his walks. He was 2nd on the team last summer in walks with the Doors, drew 17 on the summer in 34 games.
And he's in the 3 spot as well, just like how Taylor was. Jacob Walsh at the plate now. Lefty on lefty duel. First pitch to Walsh, misses low, ball 1. The Commodores got 2 runs in the top of the 3rd thanks to back-to-back home runs. One of them coming from Walsh, the other from Peyton Stovall, who's on deck. Borfin leads off first. 1-0 comes in. That one misses low as well. Now 2-0. As Alan Espinal, the Vanderbilt catcher, coming out to the mound to talk things over with Will Sandy, the lefty out of North Carolina.
Well, when Sandy came in, we talked a little bit about how at UNC this spring he had more walks than strikeouts in 24 1/3, but he made the Commodores look pretty silly in his first inning of work. 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. Down they went. So far in this inning, a 4-pitch walk and 2-0 the count on Walsh.
Sandy had 18 walks and 14 strikeouts with the Tar Heels this season. Comes set, looks over at first, kicks and fires the 2-0. Fastball right down Broadway, strike 1. Walsh is 2 for 2 with a couple of RBIs. We mentioned that solo home run. He also got a single in the 1st. Borfin leads off first. No one gone. In the top of the 5th, 3-0 your score. Doors over to Bravos. 2-1. Runner goes. Misses outside. Throw down the 2nd. Not in time. So a stolen base for Jace Borafin, and one hit from Walsh can make this a 4-0 Commodore lead.
I love it. I love the aggressiveness on the bases from Borfin, even though he's just now getting here, fresh off the boat back to Falmouth from his time at Arkansas. But the Doors went through that awful scoreless inning streak. You got to be aggressive. You got to put the pressure on the other team. Make these catchers throw. Make them make the play.
One on, no one gone. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, cut on and miss. Strike two, count full. Seen a lot of full counts from Walsh and many Commodore hitters this season. It's one of the keys to getting the runs back offensively. We talked about the droughts a lot today. The Commodores snapping a 20 1/3 scoreless inning streak in the first inning. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Walsh goes down swinging, and there's one gone here in the top of the fifth. Borfin on second, 3-0 your score. Falmouth over Bourne.
You love what you've seen from Walsh, especially today with the 2 base hits, but that makes him now 0 for 17 against left-handed pitching this summer. He is yet to get on base against a left-hander.
So now here's Peyton Stovall. Another lefty-on-lefty duel. And the first pitch to him. Too low, ball one. This matchup pretty familiar between the two. A North Carolina pitcher and an Arkansas batter. These two faced off in the Chapel Hill Super Regional. Arkansas walked it off on UNC's home turf in Game 2 of that best-of-3 series. The 1-0. At the knees, enough for the zone, 1-1.
But how about how Stovall played out in Omaha in those 5 games this season? A 360 average, had that game against Auburn on the 21st of June. 5 for 6 with 3 driven in, had 10 RBIs in Omaha this summer. So he's coming in as hot as any hitter who just arrived from the College World Series.
Let's find out if he can get one here. Orphan on second, 1-1. Fouled back right in front of me. It's now 1-2. I could have made that play, even without a glove. Wouldn't have mattered, though, because it would have been in foul territory, but, you know.
It's quite a boast.
Yeah. I'm confident in myself. I got some faith. Stovall back into the left-handed batter's box. 1-2 the count, one gone in the top of the fifth. Falmouth leading Bourne 3-0. Borfin with the lead-off second. Here's the pitch. This is outside, count even at 2. Stovall is 1 for 1 this evening. That solo home run in the third, he walked in the first. He's one of 7 batters that came up to the plate for Falmouth in the top half of the first inning. 1 run was scored, but 3 men were left on. The 2-2. Swing and a bouncer to the right side, foul. Another play made by Ryan Eiley over there, first base. Get that man a glove, because he's been making plays a lot over there, serving as the first base coach.
Well, already you see the difference of what these 2 additions have made in this lineup. We didn't even know if we were going to see either of them in the lineup today. They were added so recently, but Borfin's been on base twice, 2 walks and a stolen base. He's at second right now, and Stovall hasn't been retired either of his 2 times up yet. A walk and a home run his last time up.
As Stovall calls time, saying he was taking a little too long on the mound. So 3-0 your score. Commodores over the Braves. 2-2 the count. 1 on, 1 gone in this top of the fifth. Peyton Stovall back in the left-handed batter's box. Stanley gets his sign this time. Looks back at second. Fires from the stretch. Hits to the left side. Foul. We'll do the 2-2 again. You were saying? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Well, I mean, it just makes all the difference between what we've seen the last couple games of the Doors, those back-to-back shutouts, just a painful occurrence, and not something you see too much, even with a pitcher's league like the Cape League. Sometimes you just have these anomalies where teams just go into deep ruts like that, and there's not really a lot you can tell the guys other than just keeps on swinging.
Sandy looks back at second, kicks and fires the 2-2. Swung on, hits to the right side over at second base. Shaw picks it up, throws over to first in time for the second out. Advancing over to third is Jace Borfin. So 2 gone in this top half of the fifth. Borfin is 90 feet away from making this one a 4-0 Falmouth lead.
And what the aggressiveness with Borfin did with the stolen base is that now he stands at third. So on any misplay by this Bourne defense that has been very shaky this summer, or any hit, any infield chop that can't be fielded, you get a run because Borfin's going to be going. Aggressiveness pays dividends here at this level.
Corey Collins at the plate now. First pitch to him. It's right down Main Street, strike one. Another lefty on lefty matchup. A lot of lefties in this Commodore lineup. We saw them take advantage with a right-handed pitcher, Cade Grundy, at the plate. It's now a southpaw, Will Sandy. Check that. Grundy was on the mound, not the plate. He's a pitcher as Collins fouls it back. 0-2 now. It's the simple things, Carter.
It is.
It is.
I know we've mentioned this team before, but the Catuid Cavaliers are at the top of the Western Division right now. They've cooled off a little bit since that outrageous start, but they lead the league in stolen bases and sacrifice bunts. They play small ball, and they get their runs. They force the other team to beat them with defense.
0-2 pitch. Outside, ball one. Collins 0-2 with a couple of strikeouts tonight. Swinging in the first, looking in the third. 1-2 the count on him. That's what he went down looking on in the third inning. Man on third. Sandy comes set. Deals. Breaking ball fouled back. We'll do the 1-2 again. Collins came into tonight hitting 156. Still trying to figure things out on Cape Cod. It's always a joy to talk to. Funny guy. Photobombing our interviews. He's a star at it. Last night when I was interviewing Chase Jeter, he did not blink once during that entire interview. The 1-2. He got him on strikes. Collins goes down looking, and he can't believe it. But Mickey Burns sits him down for the third time tonight. As we head into the bottom of the fifth, the Commodores strand one. Brito, Hensler, and Roccaforte due up in the bottom half. 3-0 your score. Doors over to Bravos. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Doran Park, bottom of the fifth here between the Doors and Braves. Falmouth leading Bourne by a score of 3-0. Getting right into the swing of things, Doran Watts-Brown already threw strike one to Chris Brito, and he's about to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Goes to the fastball yet again. It's swung on and hit foul to the right side out of play. So if you blinked, you may have missed the first two pitches, or if you had headphones in, you just took them out, you may have missed them too. It's now 0-2 on Brito. Here's the pitch. Fastball, got him on strikes. It's easy as 1-2-3, one gone here in the bottom of the fifth.
Designated hitter number 13.
Well, if you blink, you may miss pitches, but if you've had something in your eye this game, you've probably missed Watts-Brown's innings. He's been working at a breakneck pace in this game, but he has really been on. He's only allowed one hit, one base runner now through 4 1/3 innings.
Wyatt Hensler at the plate. Goes with the breaking ball this time, and it's right down the middle for strike one. Wyatt Hensler, the designated hitter out of Penn, hitting .238 on the season, is 0 for 1 tonight, going down looking on a full count in the second. 0-1 pitch. That one got away from Watts-Brown, bouncing into the left-handed batter's box. It's 1-1. Watts-Brown says, my bad to Jacob Cozart. This is a battery that they both love to have. Talked to Jacob Cozart, one of the earlier starts that Watts-Brown had. He was so excited to catch Doran. He enjoys it. 1-1 pitch. Fastball ripped out to left center field. Is this one going to get down? Yes, it will. Boyers picks it up on a hop, throws it into the infield, and staying at first base is Wyatt Hensler. Great job by the Commodore defense to just keep it a single. That's Watts Brown's second hit given up tonight and second base runner. So one gone, one on in this bottom half of the fifth inning. Falmouth leading Bourne 3-0.
Well, one thing that's underrated about outfield play, because it's hard to quantify unless you have a bunch of crazy StatCast cameras, is how good a route you take to the ball. And Boyers took a really good one to that base hit that off the bat looked destined for the left center field gap. So Hensler could have had a double, but Boyers probably just took a base away from him there.
Carson Roccaforte at the plate looks at strike one in the left-handed batter's box. So a righty on lefty duel. The Louisiana Ragin' Cajun is 0 for 1 tonight. His first team all Sun Belt at Louisiana this season. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses high and outside, count even at 1. Hensler leads off first. Doesn't have much of a lead over there. Had to step back for a second. Now he pops back over to the right of the first base bag. Watts Brown comes set at the mound, deals the 1-1. Fastball hits to the left side, fouling out of play, now 1-2.
It's all been working for Watts Brown tonight. He's gotten a lot of late swings on that fastball. Has 5 strikeouts, but he hasn't just been dominant with swings and misses. He's gotten plenty of ground ball outs as well. And to top it off, he's got that nose-to-toes hook working for him tonight.
Watts Brown from the stretch. Deals the 1-2. Fastball misses high and outside. Ball 2. Count even. Roccaforte only looked at 1 pitch to start off the bottom of the third. He's now looked at 4, extending his at-bat this time around. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, cut on and miss, strike 3. That's now 6 Ks from Doran. He is dealing tonight. 2 gone, bottom 5. Doors in front of the Bravos, 3-0.
Catcher number 31.
Speaking of that hook, there it was again. This time to get Roccaforte for K number 6. And this is by far the best that we've seen Watts Brown this summer. It's not close.
Now Alan Espinal at the plate. Righty on righty duel. First pitch swung on and grounded over to shortstop. Mooney picks it up, flips it over to second for the easy out. And that is how the 5th inning ends. Jerron Watts Brown is now eligible for a decision. He is on fire tonight, and there's no way to cool him down. We go into the top of the 6th. 7, 8, 9 due up for the doors. Brutcher, Cozart, and Boyers. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Keep up to speed with the Braves when you are. Falmouth, the right fielder, number 16, out of South Florida.
We're now into the top of the 6th inning here at Doran Park, and the Commodores lead the Braves by a score of 3-0 with Carter Bainbridge. I'm Trey Redfield. So glad you're with us tonight for our radio broadcast. As Drew Brutcher steps into the left-handed batter's box, taking on Will Sandy, who's on for his 3rd inning of work. First pitch at the knees, strike 1. Nice fastball there from Sandy. But it's 7:30, and we were talking about coming to Doran Park today Is the weather going to hold off? Well, right now, the answer is yes. 0-1. Caught on a miss, strike two. Coming into today, there were chances of storms up to 70 and 80%, but you got to remember, we are on Cape Cod. You don't know if it's actually going to rain or not. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, hits it a right side over at second base, picked up by Shaw, moving to his right, chucks it over to first at an awkward angle, but gets it in time for the first out. That's all footwork right there from Shaw.
Out of North Carolina State,
Yeah, nicely done at second base by Shaw. We talked a lot about his hitting, and he did have that home run that beat the Doors single-handedly 1-0 a few nights ago. But in both games, he looked pretty sure-handed at second base. Played around the infield, played a little short that game. And a fine play there for out number one.
Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. This time it's Jacob Cozart at the plate. He looks at ball one, a slider that just missed the zone on the inner half. You said you had a banger of a hitting stat for the Commodores? In quotes, banger.
Well, when it comes to hitting, specifically coming up in this inning, just on the subject of what they've been dealing with lately, I know they've now wiped away the shutout inning streak. Espinal's going to get a new glove there in the Bourne dugout, but I suppose that gives me a little bit of time here. So the past two shutout games, Trey, Bourne and Brewster, no runs combined in both of those, and we got our crack research team on it to figure out the last time that happened in the Cape League for Falmouth, that is, team specifically. It hadn't happened since 2011. They were shut out an early part of that season against YD and Chatham in consecutive games.
Wow.
But I'll get to the good point after this pitch right here.
The 1-0. Cut on a miss, count even at one. Keep going, I'm intrigued.
Those shutout streaks, YD and Chatham, in the latter game, the Anglers had a guy hitting third that day, playing first base, named Chris Bryant.
No way. 1-1, just misses the zone. Not really sure where, but it's 2-1 on Cozart. Chris Bryant, playing first base.
Gives you an idea of how long ago it was.
Yeah. Now with the Colorado Rockies, here's the 2-1. Too low, ball three.
So not necessarily a stat, more like a name drop.
Yeah.
But you always get plenty of them in this league. On what was actually not a very good Chatham team. But they got at least one star out of it on the alumni list.
3-1 pitch. Hit to the left side, fouling out of play. Not too much of a good Chatham team this year either. Sitting at 4-12-2 this season with 10 points. The Commodores have two more than the Anglers.
It almost seems like after the Doors landed that TKO punch out at Veterans Field, the Anglers just haven't quite gotten up the mat.
Commodores not really too much either. The payoff pitch. Fastball misses outside, ball four. Jacob Cozart doing what he does best, working counts until he can find his way on base. That's still right there, getting on first for the first time tonight. And now it brings up Luke Boyers, the man in the 9 spot for the Commodores. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Boyers playing center field for the Commodores, still looking for that first hit of the season. He's 0 for 15 to start off 2022. Cozart leads off first. Not much of a base stealer over there. First pitch to Boyers, hits to the right side. This one's a blooper. Can it drop? Yes, it will. Well, how about that? Luke Boyers has his first hit this season. Cozart going over to third. He dives in safely without a tag. How about that? Luke Boyers grabbing his first hit of the season, and it comes in a big way. The Commodores are slamming on the door, trying to extend their 3-0 lead with one gone here in the top of the 6th.
And sometimes that's just all you need. Couldn't have blackened your eye if that ball had hit you in the face off the bat of Boyers, but when you're 0 for 15, you just take what you can get. You put the bat on the ball, and eventually a reward's going to come. Now Boyers at first base, Cozart at third. A couple good at-bats worked off here by the Doors against a left-handed pitcher. They've struggled against lefties this year.
Alex Mooney now at the plate, a righty into the batter's box for the Commodores finally, and he swings at the first pitch over into right field. Coming in is Duppy making a grab on the run. Cozart coming in to score without a throw. Actually, that ball bounced. That ball did bounce. That was not caught, so it's a single by Mooney. Oops. So instead of it being a sacrifice fly, it was an RBI single. Did it sound like the bat broke too?
Could have been off the end of the bat by Mooney, hitting it the other way to essentially the exact same spot in front of Duffy out at right field. A little bit further away from the foul line in the field of play. But again, the Doors are going to take what they can get. They haven't had any of these the last couple games. Now they all seem to be piling on at once against Bourne here at Doran Park.
So it's Mooney on first. That ball did bounce. Boyer's on second. Kobe Halter at the plate. Sandy looks back at second, deals the first pitch, strike one. Nice slider that finds the middle part of the zone. So 0-1 on Halter.
I was going to say when Brutcher led this inning off and we saw Boyers in the on-deck circle after Cozart that I was going to be surprised if we didn't see Andrew Pinckney come up to pinch hit just based on a matchup idea from Jeff Trundy.
The 0-1. Slider hits it a right side foul, bouncing over to the Commodore dugout. Now 0-2 on Halter. Something we'll see with Colby when he's at the plate. He changes his approach with his bat. He chokes up a little bit more as the strikes go along. When it gets to an 0-2 count, he'll start moving closer towards home plate in that left-handed batter's box. And he'll be choked up a mile high on his bat.
And thanks to that approach, Halter's one of the only Doors that hasn't struggled badly against left-handed pitching, again to that Pinckney point.
2 on, 1 gone. 0-2. Hit to the left side, foul, out of play. We'll do it again.
So Andrew Pinckney against lefties so far this season, 5 for his first 9 with 2 doubles and a home run. But you look down the lineup and it just gets worse and worse as you go down. Mooney and Halter both at 231, and then there's a bad drop-off. Brutcher 067, Walsh, Cozart, and Collins all 0 for everything.
Falmouth leads Bourne 4-0. 1 gone in the top of the 6th, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Too low, and it gets away from Espinal. It's a wild pitch. Boyers takes advantage, so does Mooney. They move stations. Boyers at third base, Mooney at second. 1-2 the count on Colby Halter with 1 gone here in the top of the 6th. Falmouth 4, Bourne nothing. But one swing of the bat from Halter, just one bloop single as well, can make it a 6-0 Commodore lead.
Well, during the scoreless inning stretch, it wasn't that the Doors didn't get any breaks like that with wild pitches or errors or misplays, but they didn't capitalize on what they had. Now the difference is maybe with a new day, Halter can put something in play here to drive in the 5th run for the Doors.
The infield all the way in, all the way around the horn. 2 on, 1 gone, 1-2. Misses outside, it bounces off the brick, and it gets away from Espinal. Boyers comes in to score on another wild pitch, and the Commodores extend their lead to 5. Mooney goes over to third base, and with 1 gone here in the top of the 6th, Falmouth leads Bourne 5-0. So now 2-2 on Halter. Find out if he can bring Mooney in here, who's 90 feet away. He's the only runner on. 1 gone. 2-2 the count on Halter. Falmouth leading Bourne 5-0 in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit over to second base. Throw to the plate is in time. He tags Mooney out, and he can't believe it. Shaw picks it up, immediately threw it home. Espinal got a tag on him, but Mooney didn't think it was in time. As Halter gets to first base safely via the fielder's choice, he's now 0 for 4 tonight. And the Commodore lead stays at 5 with 2 gone here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, very, very close play at home plate. Mooney frustrated as he popped up and had just a couple words for home plate umpire Mikey Garcia, but no argument. Unfortunately, Mooney just couldn't beat out that hustle contact play.
Jace Borfin at the plate now, lefty on lefty duel. Halter leads, takes a step back. First pitch swung on and fouled off the glove of Espinal. 0-1 the count now on the Arkansas Razorback, excuse me. I had raisins on my mind. I don't know why I had raisins on my mind. I haven't even had one of those in a while.
Funny that you should say that because I had some today.
Really? The Sun-made ones?
No, it was a little snack pack.
0-1, Halter goes, ball 1, throw down the second, not in time. So 1-1 on Jace Borfin, and another stolen base for Colby Halter.
And I like the move, being aggressive against a pitcher who's all of a sudden struggling with his command and release point. We've talked about the wildness of Sandy. It has flared up in this inning with a walk and a couple wild pitches. And now Borfin a chance to drive in his first run of the summer.
1-1 the count on Borfin. 2 gone. Man on, here's the pitch. Swung on, hits to the right side, foul just by a couple of inches. That's how close Chase Bourne was from making this one a 6-0 Commodore lead. 1-2 the count.
Impossible to tell from our vantage point whether that ball was fair or foul, but
It was foul.
either way,
It was close though.
Can be some flat blades of grass over there, awfully close to that line.
Jacob Walsh is on deck. He thought it was a little close as well. 1-2 the count on Bourne. Man on second, 2 gone in the top of the 6th. Sandy deals. Hit to the left side, foul just over the screen and out of play. We'll do the 1-2 again.
We've been seeing this all day from Bourne, a guy who is making his debut tonight, but you wouldn't know it. He's taken some really good hacks, defending the strike zone well against some close pitches, and he's been a foul ball machine to stay alive. Now has 2 walks to his credit to show for it. Now trying for the big blow with an RBI.
Halter leads off second. 1-2 the count on Bourne with 2 gone. Here's the pitch. Just misses outside, count even at 2. Great eye there from Jace. He's walked twice tonight. Did so on 4 pitches. One of them came in the first, the other came in the 5th. He's 0 for 1 with a looking strikeout. 5-0 your score. The Commodores leading the Braves. The 2-2. Hit to the left side again. Also foul and also out of play. A ton of kids chasing for that ball. My goodness, there's like 15 of them over there. Normally you see 8 or 9. That one a lot more.
With schools out, seems like they're just spawning in over there.
July 4th just around the corner. Halter with a lead off second. 2-2 the count, 2 gone in the top of the 6th. Sandy looks back, kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on, hits to the right side. It gets over to glove of Brito. A bad bounce over there at first base, and the Commodores are taking advantage. Halter comes in to score, and the lead has extended to 6. A 3-spot put up by Falmouth in the top of the 6th inning. There's still 2 gone here at Doran Park.
Single all the way for Bourne, and Halter's good speed helped him score there. So Bourne couldn't line that ground ball down the right field line, but now it doesn't matter because good things happen when you put the ball in play as hard as that. A ground ball that took a hop, not impossibly bad for Brito over at first base, but I think one that came up more quickly towards head level than he expected and couldn't get his glove up quickly enough. And unfortunately, that little tiny inch of difference makes all the difference for Will Sandy right now.
Sandy walking back into the third base dugout. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is for the Braves when we come back. Jace Bourne on first after an RBI single has put the Commodores in front 6-0, putting up a 3-spot in the top of the 6th. 2 gone when we come back. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Back in action here at Doran Park. 2 gone in the top of the 6th, and the Commodores lead the Braves by a score of 6-0. Chase Borfin leading off first, and there's a new pitcher for the Braves. Will Sandy's night is done after 2 2/3 innings pitched. Cameron By, the righty out of Wichita State, steps up in the stretch. First pitch, breaking ball misses inside, ball 1. By, a rising sophomore, started in 10 games this season for the Shockers, winning 5 games, losing 2 of them with a 3.76 ERA and 67 innings pitched. As he comes set, righty on lefty matchup, Borfin leads off first, 1-0. Fastball finds the outer half, count even at 1. Having a good season so far on the Cape Carter.
Yep, By's got a mid-90s fastball and a hard curveball that sits around 80 miles an hour. This is his 5th appearance of the summer for Bourne, and he has yet to allow an earned run in 6 1/3.
1-1. Same spot as that fastball that found the outer half on just the last pitch. It's now 1-2 on Walsh, who's 2 for 3 tonight with a solo home run. He's up to 3 dingers on the season. Borfin leads off first. Commodores leading the Braves 6-0. 1-2 the count, 2 gone. By fakes a pickoff throw over to first, so nothing doing, just making sure he knows what's up over there at first base. He's back on the rubber, comes set, deals from the stretch. Fastball hit well to left field. Going back but having a beat on it is Moylan, coming now in, and makes the grab to close out the top of the 3rd. So the Commodores extend their lead. They actually double it here in the top of the 6th. 6-0 your score. Falmouth is cruising all over Bourne here at Doran Park. Bottom of the 6th coming up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Jerron Watts-Brown on for his 6th inning of work. He's been crushing it so far for the Commodores, helping them lead the Braves by a score of 6-0. Jerron has only given up 2 hits tonight. Starts off with Dakota Harris. First pitch is a breaking ball that bounces in front of the plate for ball 1.
That one had some serious spin to it.
Harris is 0 for 1 tonight, takes a deep breath, steps back into the left-handed batter's box. The righty Watts-Brown gets his sign and deals the 1-0 from the windup. Fastball cut on and miss, strike 1, count even. The only hits from Watts-Brown came in the bottom of the 4th, which was a single from Matt Shaw. Another one came from Wyatt Hensler in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-1. Fastball hit well to left field, tailing to the right. Can't getting it is the left fielder, and it bounces over the wall for a ground rule double. That was Chase Borfin, who didn't really have the best of beats on it, but it didn't really matter. That ball kept tailing away. It's a ground roll double for Dakota Harris, and finally, Bourne has itself an extra base hit tonight.
Yeah, Watts-Brown has really limited the hard contact so far. He's been tunneling his pitches well with a good release point. So the high fastball and the curveball that breaks down have looked the same. Harris fooled in the early part of that at bat on the fastball, but connected with that offering and took it out to left field. No chance for Bourne to make a play on that ball. And for the first time today, we see the short fences in Doran Park come into play.
Seen Watts Brown get out of jams earlier this season. Let's find out if he can get out of one here with no one gone. First pitch to Matt Shaw, swung on, hits it a left side foul just by a couple of inches. Colby Halter picking it up right next to the third base bag on the right side. So 0-1 on the Maryland Terrapin, who's at second base tonight. 1 for 2 with a leadoff single in the bottom of the fourth, like we mentioned. Went down swinging on 3 pitches in the bottom of the first. Shaw back in the right-handed batter's box. Watts Brown working from the stretch. No one holding off Harris at second base. Watts Brown takes a peek back and deals. Fastball right at Watts Brown. He picks it up, throws it over to second, and it gets away. It gets past Stillball's glove. Boyer picks it up in center field to throw to third, not in time. So Jerron Watts Brown doing a little too much there. There are now runners at the corners with no one gone. And E1 advances Dakota Harris over to third base.
Yep, ill-advised choice from the start for Watts Brown, who is definitely pumped up in this game, feeling himself on the mound. But that's a play you really don't need to try. He had a sure out at first base, and he has to take it at this point, up by 6 runs. The last thing he needs to do is give Bourne more base runners.
Jack Duffy at the plate. First pitch to the lefty. Misses outside. Ball 1. Duffy is 0 for 2 tonight. Went down swinging in the fourth and grounded out to second in the first. Runners at the corners. No one gone in the bottom of the sixth. Watts Brown deals. Fastball. Strike 1. Finds it on the inner half. 6-0 your score. Falmouth over Bourne. As Watts Brown's working quickly. Gets his sign from Kozar. Kicks and fires. Runner at first goes. Curveball ripped into right field and down for a base hit. He didn't even, oh, he does know. 1 run comes in the score. The reason why I was saying that was because Shaw thought the ball was caught. So he's staying at second base. A run scores. It's now 6-1 Falmouth with no one gone in the bottom of the sixth. That was odd. Matt Shaw, who's one of the best base runners on this team, has a little bit of a moment there, staying at second base. He was stealing. He could have easily gone to third base on that throw.
And the
confused all of us.
The reason that error when Shaw was hitting is now so big is that Watts Brown is having to navigate his way through some better hitters, and his day might be done here with a conference going on the mound. So the ground rule double and E1 and then a single might be too much on the receipt to leave him in this game for very much longer. Of course, the Doors have given him plenty of run support tonight. This is just the 3rd time this season that Falmouth has scored 6 or more runs in a game.
Unbelievable, right? So Watts Brown is going to stay in the game.
But things don't get a lot easier. Brennan Malone, a guy we know can really swing the bat. Josh Moylan on deck now, a guy who just absolutely annihilated the Harwich Mariners a few nights ago with a spectacular evening. So Watts Brown's got to bear down here and just trust his stuff, not try to do too much. He can get out of this thing with some ease.
2 on, no one gone in the bottom of the sixth. Malone at the plate. Runner at second goes. Ball 1. Throw down the third. Not in time. Kozar had a great pop on it, and the Commodore fans believe that he was out.
At first glance, I would tend to agree with them, although we have seen a couple close plays on the base paths tonight, and this umpiring crew has done a good job all around. We've seen a pretty consistent strike zone. We've seen some ground balls hit down the lines that have been properly called.
So now runners at the corners, no one gone. 1-0 misses low, now 2-0. Watts Brown immediately wanting the ball back. He's got to find a groove here.
Again, you help yourself with momentum if you be aggressive. That's what Bourne has done here, letting Shaw take third.
Watts Brown comes set, righty on righty matchup. 2-0, breaking ball finds the outer half, strike 1. That's crucial with Watts Brown. It's all about strike 1. Find it, and he can control his game. He's been doing that for most of his work tonight. Watts Brown comes set, runners at the corner, 6-1 your score. Doors over to Bravos. Fastball swung on, hits to the left side. Mooney picks it up with a backhand sliding, but he doesn't have a play. Coming in to score easily is Shaw on the RBI infield single from Brennan Malone, and Bourne cuts into the deficit even more. It's now down to 4. 6-2 your score. Falmouth in front, no one gone. Runners on second and first.
Well, Mooney did the right thing there and didn't try to make a platinum glove play over at first base. Instead, he just ate that ball and held on to it. And this might be the end of the day for Watts Brown, who was coasting through 5, but lost a little bit of something here in the 6th and certainly didn't help himself with that error on the ground ball by Shaw. Sometimes plays like that can just knock a guy out of his rhythm, and that's what I think happened here.
Watts Brown's evening is done. He steps out with runners on first and second with no one gone here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll tell you who the new pitcher coming in for the Doors is when we come back. 6-2 your score, Falmouth over Bourne. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Commodores 6, Braves 2 with no one gone and 2 on here in the bottom of the 6th. Doran Watts Brown night is done. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts. We don't know the run total yet because Doran is responsible for the guys on first and second. Coming in for Watts Brown is Josh Stewart, the right-handed pitcher out of Texas. Standing at 6'2" and 195 pounds. First guy he's facing is Josh Moylan, the left fielder out of East Carolina. Righty on a lefty matchup. First pitch. Breaking ball too low, ball 1. This matchup is very familiar. Longhorn against Pirate. These two faced off in the Greenville Super Regional. Texas took it in 3 games. Moylan back in the left-handed batter's box. Stewart comes set from the stretch. Looks back at second. Looks back again. Kicks and fires the 1-0. Fastball a little bit too low, just below the knees. Now 2-0 on Moylan, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Moylan out of East Carolina was on the losing side of that Super Regional, like I mentioned. It's now 32 Super Regionals that ECU has been to, having never been to the College World Series. Stewart comes set. Takes a deep breath, fires a 2-0. Fouled back, now 2-1.
Stewart pitching for the Doors for the second time this summer. Had a scoreless appearance on the 29th of June against Hyannis. 2 innings, no runs, 2 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. Just finished up his freshman spring at Texas. Features a fastball, slider, and a changeup in his repertoire.
Duffy on second. Malone on first. No one gone in the bottom of the 6th. Falmouth up 4. 2-1 the count on Moylan. Here's the pitch. Fastball, that one's enough. A little bit above the knees, now 2-2.
World of difference between 3-1 and 2-2 with that pitch that Came within a hair of being called a ball, really testing the limits of this strike zone. Stewart needs strikes here. He cannot afford to walk the bases loaded here with a 4-run lead.
Stewart comes set, kicks and fires. Fastball too low, count full. It's our first full count that we've had in the bottom half since the third when Alan Espinal grounded out to third. So count full, no one gone, 2 on in this bottom half of the 6th inning. Bourne trying to cut into the deficit even more, having already put up 2 runs in this bottom half. The payoff, breaking ball right down the pipe, strike 3. That's how you start things off if you're Josh Stewart. A backwards K, and there's 1 gone here in the 6th.
First baseman number 28 out of Rutgers.
Gourmet
Frito.
4-star Michelin pitch from Stewart. Breaking ball, called strike, and that's what you needed right there. Could not bring the tying run up to the plate with a walk facing your first batter. A lot of pressure just taken off Stewart's plate with that K.
Here's Chris Brito. He has struck out twice tonight. Righty on righty duel. First pitch. Breaking ball misses low and away. Ball 1. Brito has struck out on those plate appearances, both of them on 3 pitches. Duffy still with the leadoff second. No one holding him on. Same over with Malone over at first base. Stewart comes set, looks back at second. 1-0. Fastball too high. Ball 2. Six runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Falmouth. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Bourne. Commodores have not won a game in 6 matchups in their last 6 matchups. 2-0. Swung on, hits to the left side. Bare ball! And Halter couldn't corral it. Rolling all the way to the warning track. 1 run comes in the score, and that's all there's going to be. Brito comes in the second base. Stopping at third is Brennan Malone. And that's tough. Just missing Colby Halter's glove by an inch. It's now 6-3 Falmouth, and the tying run is coming up to the plate for Bourne in Wyatt Hensler, a guy who can swing the bat and did so at Penn this season.
And that play by Halter, obviously not an error, but one that I bet he wishes he could have made and knows he should have made. Would have been a backhand stop, but a play that we've seen made at third base quite a bit. The ball was not hit all that hard. Halter just didn't get his glove down low enough for it.
So now Stewart moves into the windup, They rule Brito's double officially a double. First pitch to Wyatt Hensler. Fastball misses low and away. Ball 1. Hensler to DH out of Penn is 1 for 2 tonight. Comes back into the right-handed batter's box. Stewart has his sign. Kicks and deals to 1-0. Fastball in the same spot. Now 2-0. Cozart trying to figure out where exactly that missed. Mickey Burns tells him. And Hensler is ready for the 2-0. Stewart still awaiting his sign. Has it. And deals. Goes to the breaking ball this time. That one misses low as well. It's now 3-0. Carter, you said it in this bottom half already. You don't want to load the bases. Stewart's 1 pitch away from doing that. Runners on second and third. 1 gone in this bottom half of the 6th inning. Stewart deals. Goes to the fastball. It's right down Broadway. Strike 1.
Now Hensler, a guy who hit .383 at Penn this spring in 48 starts. He was kind of a tricky guy to walk. Only 23 across 48 games. He's going to swing the bat. Stewart's got to come up with a quality strike here.
The 3-1. Fastball swung on over to the left side. Mooney picks it up with a backhand, throws it over to first in time for the second out, giving up another run. It's now 6-4 Falmouth as Duffy comes in to score on the RBI ground out. Deficit cut to 2 now. Falmouth has really got to get out of this inning because another tying run is coming up to the plate in Carson Roccaforte, another guy that can swing the bat. He was first team all Sun Belt this season with Louisiana.
And the key play that I know Doran Watts-Brown wants back as he sits in the dugout is that E1 he made off the bat of Matt Shaw. Could have had the first out. Inning could be over by now.
First pitch to Roccaforte, misses low. Cozart lost it for a second. He's going to try to throw down the third. It's not in time. Malone sliding in safely, but immediately going down. Hopefully he's all right over there. Stays on the third base bag, giving himself a couple of seconds. Tough play there by Malone. And it works out in his favor. He's now 90 feet away from scoring. He stayed over at second base on the ground out. Now he's over at third. 1-0 the count on Roccaforte. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses just below the knees. Now 2-0. This is the 9th man up for the Braves in this bottom half, putting up a 4 spot in this 6th inning, and it's not over just yet. The 2-0. Fastball, that's strike one. Gets on the low inner corner. 1 on, 2 gone, 6-4 your score. Falmouth in front of Bourne. Righty on lefty matchup. Stewart on Roccaforte. The 2-1. Breaking ball just misses on the outer half. It's now 3-1.
Awfully close there for Stewart. Good pitch, quality spot. But Roccaforte, a guy who's hitting just 156 entering the evening and 0 for 2 now, got to attack.
3-1 pitch. It's fouled off the foot of Roccaforte. So now count full.
I mean, Stewart's come in and done his job. He struck out Moylan. He got Brito to what looked like ground out to third, a ball that just got by Halter's glove for a double, and then grounded out Wyatt Hensler after running a 3-ball count on him. So it hasn't been easy, but Stewart's one good pitch away from getting out of this thing.
3-2 the count, 2 gone. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, tipped into the glove for strike 3. So finally, the bottom half is over. The Commodores give up 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th, trying to balloon the lead as we go into the top of the 7th. 6-4 your score, Doors in front of the Bravos. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Welcome back to Doran Park as we head into the top of the 7th inning between the Falmouth Commodores and Bourne Braves. Peyton Stovall at the plate against right-hander Cameron Bai, who delivers down low for strike 1. 0-1 the count on Stovall. 6-4 your score. The Doors lead it here in the top of the 7th inning, but that doesn't tell you the whole story. It was the Braves who chipped into this lead in a big way with a 4-run bottom of the 6th. As Bai looks in the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good fastball had Stovall way late, and it's 0-2 on the Falmouth second baseman, hitting 5th today. He's 1 for 2 with a home run and a walk. But the Doors put up 3 in the 6th. Bourne answered back with 4 of their own. And we've got a tight game heading into the final 3 innings. 0-2 pitch is way high at head level. Fastball, Stovall takes it for ball 1, 1-2. But these Arkansas Razorbacks, the pair of them, Borfett and Stovall, have been involved in things in a big way today. 1-2. Breaking ball, nearly froze Stovall. Good placement from By, but couldn't catch enough of the zone. It's 2-2. Stovall gets some help from home plate umpire Mikey Garcia on a breaking ball that drifted outside to the left-handed hitting Stovall, and it's 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Fastball swing and a ground ball, sharply hit to first base. Good snag by Brito on a diving play. He flips to the pitcher By covering, and there's out number 1 here in the top of the 7th.
Man,
oh, what a play.
That was tailor-made right there. Huge play by Brito. He gets called the next Todd Frazier in the Garden State of New Jersey, and rightfully so. He's a guy that has a great bat and a really good glove coming out of Rutgers. Brito's a hot draft prospect coming into this year, but he shows it right there with the glove this time. That was golden.
And a nice transfer as well. 3-1 the putout goes. First pitch to Corey Collins is in for a strike. 0-1 the count from By. Collins today 0 for 3. He has struck out all 3 times he's been up. Now has 15 whiffs on the summer. As By looks in ahead in the count 0-1. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 7th. 0-1. Misses outside, and it's 1-1. Some wind picking up here at Doran Park. Still no rain, which we thought we'd have today, but I guess there might be some somewhere else on the Cape if we're getting breeze like this. The 1-1 from By. Breaking ball. Snaps in for a strike as Collins checked his swing, but saw it go by, and it's 1-2. So that bottom of the 6th inning, a troubled frame for the Doors that saw starter Jerwan Watts-Brown chased from the game. 1-2 delivery bounces in front of the plate, blocked by Espinal, and it's 2-2 on Collins with 1 out and the bases empty. Dakota Harris, the number 9 hitter for Bourne, led off that inning with a ground rule double. And then Watts-Brown tried to field a ground ball, hit back to him and throw Harris out at second, but the throw sailed into center on an E1. Back-to-back singles chased him before Josh Stewart came in relief. 2-2 to Collins. A breaking ball swing and a pop-up back of the plate. Espinal drops the mask, jogging back, and has no play as it drifts into the seats. And the count stays at 2-2. But after Josh Stewart came in, he did a good job putting out the fire. Struck out Josh Moylan. Chris Brito hit a double down the left field line on what was a ground ball that bounced underneath the glove of Colby Halter. Got Wyatt Hensler to ground out to score another run, and then struck out Carson Rocafort with a runner at third and 2 down. So 6-4 your score after the 4-run 6th inning by Bourne. Doors trying to hang on to what was a 6-0 lead at one point. 2-2. Swinging a foul again back of the plate. Stays 2-2 on Collins. 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. The Doors trying to keep adding on. They got 3 off of left-hander Will Sandy, who started the 6th but couldn't finish it as By came in, the right-hander who's still on the mound, to induce a flyout from Jacob Walsh to end that frame. Collins at the plate, 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Count stays 2-2. Trey's giving me plenty of time to talk about all that just happened.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's too much that happened in that 6th inning in general. I mean, Collins having a good fight here at the plate, but 7 runs put up combined by the Commodores and Braves, 3 in the top half, 4 in the bottom half. Just start going downhill in that bottom half as well.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball tapped softly, foul as it went off the plate before drifting over to Brito at first base, and it stays 2-2.
Great eye there on home plate umpire Mickey Burns. You know, there was a lot of smiles in that Commodore dugout when people find out that he was going to be behind the plate. There's a lot of respect for Mickey Burns in this league. The Commodores think he's one of, if not the best umpire that the CCBL has.
2-2 count on Collins, who's coiled and ready to unload on this offering. 1 out, bases empty, 2-2. Check swing, little low. Collins held up, and it's 3-2.
Got to do whatever you can to avoid a golden sombrero.
Now the Commodore offense has had its problems with strikeouts this season. Tied for most in the league with the Chatham Anglers in that category. 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, and the bat goes flying over into foul ground on the right side. And you said it, Trey, unfortunately, a 4-strikeout game for Collins now in the books. 2 away here, top of the 7th inning.
Fortunately, had to piece it together. What's the golden sombrero? 4 strikeouts.
Right fielder number 16 out of South Florida.
So 2 away, bases empty, top of the 7th inning. And Drew Brutcher, the batter, trying to get the Doors offense back to its feet after they got a hammer blow in the form of a 4-run 6th inning by Bourne. First offering to Brutcher is a fastball up and in, dropped by Espinal, and it's ball 1. But the new additions today, one of the stories of this game, Jace Borfin so far, 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Peyton Stovall, his Arkansas teammate, 1 for 3 with a home run and a walk. So how about that to jumpstart your offense? 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss on a good fastball from By, and it's 1-1. Well, Cameron By has yet to allow an earned run this summer with Bourne. This his 5th appearance. And he's looking pretty sharp so far with 2 down. 1-1 pitch is a fastball at the knees for Brutcher, and it's 1-2. By last appeared the 26th of June against Brewster in a 6-1 defeat. He pitched an inning, gave up a hit, and struck out 1. 1-2 the count on Brutcher, bases empty. The pitch, head high, taken for a ball, and it's 2-2. So top of the 7th inning, the Doors lead by 2. What was once a 6-0 game is now 6-4 here at Doran Park. Commodores trying to break their 6-game winless streak. 2-2. Swing and a pop foul left side over the Bourne dugout, and it's 2-2. As Brutcher takes a step back to adjust those batting gloves, take a half swing with that black bat, and make his way back into the lefty box. He tips the helmet. As By waits for the sign, now puts the hand in glove. He's 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Brutcher down, waving at a breaking ball, down and in. And that ends the top of the 7th. 1, 2, 3. The Doors go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Espinal, Harris, and Shaw, 8, 9, and 1. And the Bourne order due up when we come back. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, welcome back to Doran Park as we venture into the late innings of this game between the Falmouth Commodores and Bourne Braves. It's 6-4 Falmouth right now as the Braves come up to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning, starting with catcher Alan Espinal against right-hander Josh Stewart, who delivers the first pitch down low and away. And the count 1-0 on Espinal, who's now 0 for 2 today and 1 for 15 on the summer. Righty bat against the righty Stewart, who peers in, turns and fires the 1-0. Outside, and it's 2-0. The appeal to first. Sparky Burns says he didn't go. So Espinal ahead in the count And Stewart, who did put the fire out in the 6th inning, did fall behind in a couple different hitters in that inning, namely Wyatt Hensler, now the 2-0. Down low and away again, and it's 3-0. So Dakota Harris, the man on deck, who got things started in the 6th with that ground rule double to left, later came around to score. 3-0 on Espinal. Oh, came up and hit him right up near the arm and the front shoulder. Gave him a scare, but he's taking the equipment off now and will head his way to first in a moment here.
Yeah, that's chin music right there.
Came up near the head, and that was the frightening part about it. But Espinal jogging his way to first, all well and good. Not all well and good for Josh Stewart, who just hit the leadoff man
Shortstop, number 10,
in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Dakota Harris at the plate, switch hitter batting left-handed against Josh Stewart, represents the tying run at the plate. So meeting on the mound, and Stewart's day is done. He gets a pat on the back, and now he leaves after a leadoff hit by pitch. So a new Falmouth hurler about to come into this game. A new name jogging in from the bullpen, and we'll tell you who it is after a short break. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores radio network. Welcome back to Doran Park. Still in the bottom of the 7th inning, a pitching change now. Right-hander Caleb Corbett on the mound for Falmouth, taking over for right-hander Josh Stewart, who went an inning plus, allowed a hit and 2 strikeouts. The run on first base would be charged to him if Espinal comes around to score after the hit by pitch. Corbett throws over there. Close play. First base umpire Sparky Burns calls him safe.
Yeah, that was the closest one I think we've seen all season. Not many times do the Commodores pick off guys. Not many times do Commodores get picked off, but one almost got added to the list right there.
So Dakota Harris at the plate, switch hitter batting left-handed. First pitch to him is up high and away. Fastball from Corbin, and it's 1-0. But Harris at the plate turned around to the side that he has hit less effectively from. A 185 batter entering tonight from the left side. 222 from the right. 1-0. Up high again, 2-0 the count. So Harris tonight, 1 for 2, hit a ground rule double his last time up to lead off the 6th. Later came around to score in what ended up being a 4-run inning for Bourne against two different Falmouth pitchers. Doran Watts-Brown was chased from the game in that inning. Josh Stewart came in to clean up the mess, but has turned it over to Caleb Corbett here in the 7th. 2-0 delivery. In for a strike, and it's 2-1. Corbett, right-hander out of the University of Louisville, pitched in 20 games for the Cards this spring, 8.10 ERA. We've seen him a couple times this summer already. This is his 3rd appearance, to be precise. Throw over to first, Espinal back, this time with a little more cushion. Corbett last pitched on June 28th against Wareham, where he came in and didn't register an out. Faced 3 batters, gave up 2 hits. All 3 Gilliard came around to score after they reached. 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball gets in for a strike on Harris, and it's 2-2. So from 2-0 to 2-2 on the Bourne shortstop, hitting 9th here in the order. Here in the bottom of the 7th with Espinal at first base. Harris represents the tying run at the plate. And we've seen the pop off his bat today with that double he hit to left. 2-2 the pitch. Swinging a tapper out in front was Harris, but got a piece of it to stay alive. Harris this summer, no home runs as of yet. A double today and a triple also to his credit. A guy who came into the evening hitting 194 after just tearing it up at Polk State College this spring. 2-2 the count still on him from Corbett. With Espinal at first base, nobody out here, bottom of the 7th, Doors leading 6-4. 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball, stayed high, and it's 3-2.
You know, losing a grip of the ball, also pushing it a little bit. One thing you got to do as a pitcher is you got to finish down with it. If you're finishing high, trying to push the ball, that ball's going to sail high. You're not going to have the best control on it either.
Corbett mainly a fastball slider pitcher. Fastball 92 to 93, slider in the low 80s. 3-2. Low and in, Harris didn't offer, and that's ball 4. And now there's runners at first and second and nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the top of the Bourne order coming back around, starting with second baseman Matt Shaw.
That's a yikes. Shaw hit a solo home run around this time of the game on Friday against the Bourne Braves. Now he's coming up to the plate where he's the go-ahead run, like you said. He's the best hitter in this lineup too. I mean, he dominated the Big Ten this season with Maryland. Just an all-around great player.
Runners at first and second, nobody out. Corbett delivers the first pitch to Shaw, swing and a miss, a mighty cut by the Bourne second baseman who just came up empty. It's 0-1. Espinal at second, Harris at first, hit by pitch by Josh Stewart to lead things off, and then a walk from the hand of Caleb Corbett to Dakota Harris, who now stands at first base. Matt Shaw at the plate. He of the 390 average entering the evening. 0-1 pitch. Low and away. Good snag by Cozart with a 1 hop off the dirt. It's 1-1. Shaw coming into this day, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 6 driven in, and 8 for 9 on the base paths. He has been a one-man wrecking crew for the Braves at the plate this summer. Did hit that home run 2 nights ago to give Bourne a 1-0 win at the Gov. 1-1 pitch is a swing and a pop foul back of the plate over towards the construction behind us, and it's 1-2. So Corbett ahead in the count against the right-handed hitting Shaw, who's 1 for 3 today, had a single in the 4th, reached on an error in the 6th in a key at bat, against Doran Watts-Brown. Later stole third, came around to score. 1-2 the count on him here, bottom of the 7th inning. Corbett peering in, now turns and fires. Swing and a miss. Gigantic first out via the K for Caleb Corbett. He sits down Shaw, and Jack Duffy is now the batter with runners at first and second, and one out here in the bottom of the 7th.
That was more than just huge, big, however you want to describe it. That was a massive out that you had to get. Now you can do what the Commodores do best, try and turn a double play ball here.
And they have that double play set up with Jack Duffy at the plate, another guy who's a talented hitter in this lineup. Lefty batter against Corbett, who deals the first pitch. Down low, 1-0 the count. Duffy coming in it today with a .316 average. He's already singled today to drive in a run in the 6th. Later came around to score in that big inning, the 4-run frame for Bourne. And every runner who comes to the plate in this inning represents the go-ahead run. Runners at first and second. 1-0 from Corbett. Fastball just missed outside, and a count is 2-0. Brennan Malone on deck, right-handed hitter, also 1 for 3 today. A former Commodore last summer. Duffy still at the plate, crouch stance, 2-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball to second base. Stovall to Mooney, who can't complete the play, although he gets the out at second. So that one could have gone either way for the Doors as Mooney lost the ball in the exchange. But Joe Hilton, the third base umpire, said that Harris was out on his way to second and that Mooney did touch the bag. Espinal gets to third. And Duffy reaches on the fielder's choice. 4-6 it goes. Runners at first and third now with 2 down, and Brennan Malone, the batter. Righty hitter against the righty Corbett. Malone, a guy who Falmouth has seen a fair bit of this summer against Brewster about a week ago. As the throw over to first goes, and Duffy's back. Duffy 3 for 3 in steals this summer. Hasn't gone yet tonight. He stands at first with a base open ahead of him. That pitch into Malone is in for a strike. 0-1 the count on the Bourne third baseman, the number 3 hitter in this lineup, playing just his second game in a Braves uniform since he was released by the Brewster Whitecaps on June 30th. 0-1. Breaking ball softly tapped to first base. Walsh picks it up and takes it to the bag himself for out number 3. So Caleb Corbett works his way out of the jam. He gets a couple ground balls to do it as we head to the top of the 8th inning. The Braves don't score on no hits, no errors, and they leave a pair. Cozart, Boyers, and Mooney, 8, 9, and 1 due up for Falmouth. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores radio network in a 6-4 game. The Doors lead. Welcome back to Doran Park as we head into the top of the 8th inning. The Doors still lead the Bourne Braves 6-4. Jacob Cozart, lefty bat against Cameron By, a right-handed pitcher on the mound who turns and deals. The first pitch fouled back. 0-1 the count on the Falmouth catcher, who's 0 for 2 today with a walk. 8-9-1 coming up in this frame. Cozart, Boyers, and Mooney against By, who's on for his 3rd inning of relief work. Got the final out in the 6th, then pitched a 1-2-3 7th. Has yet to allow a base runner. His 0-2 pitch, or 0-1 rather. Now it's 0-2 as Cozart takes a mighty swing and misses. It's 0-2.
You manifested that.
Well, here comes the base hit by Cozart. You can hope, right? 0-2 delivery on the way. High this time, 1-2.
If you get this right, I'll love you forever.
Don't you do that anyway?
I already do. You're one of my best friends.
1-2 the count on Cozart. And the pitch. Swing and a softly hit fly ball off the fist. Rocafort coming in from center to make the catch for out number 1.
I legit thought that was going to drop. I was about to say, oh my God.
Well, the Doors still looking for their first base runner off of By, who has sat down the first 5 hitters he's faced in order. And that one looked like it might have been able to plunk into no man's land. And now Luke Boyers, the batter, with 1 away, bases empty. Boyers today got his first hit his last time up of the summer. First pitch from By to him. Doesn't catch the inside corner, and it's 1-0 on the Commodore center fielder. And now Espinal coming out from behind the plate to meet By at the mound. Perhaps to talk over some signs. Boyers, the switch hitter, batting left-handed against the righty By. 1 away, bases empty here at Doran Park. If I'm not mistaken, Trey, there's almost like a fog that's set in a little bit here.
Yep.
It's much harder to see the horizon than it was even a few innings ago. We see it kind of drift across the lights. But again, we've been lucky weather-wise today. 1-0 pitch from By. Swing and a miss by Boyers, and a fastball up at shoulder height, and it's 1-1.
And it looks like it's really only on the field, too. Not foggy near us, not foggy in the stands. It's just fog hanging out near second base.
By ready with the 1-1. Now he turns and deals. Fastball, called strike on the outside corner. And Boyers upset with himself that he didn't pull the trigger, and now it's 1-2. 1 away, base is empty, top of the 8th. The Doors trying to hang on to what was once a 6-0 lead. It's now 6-4. The 1-2 pitch to Boyers is down low. Breaking ball, and it's 2-2. Falmouth put up 3 in the 6th before the Braves answered back immediately with 4 of their own in the bottom of that frame. Boyers singled his last time up. Now the 2-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss this time. And Cameron By in command right now. He has retired 6 in a row and is 1 batter away from getting through his second straight 1-2-3 frame. Alex Mooney stands between By and that outcome. Mooney today 2 for 4 out of the leadoff spot. Again, in on the action for the Doors. His last time up singled, drove in a run. Almost scored on a bang-bang play at home plate, but was cut down on a fielder's choice. First offering to him is a breaking ball down low, and it's 1-0.
Why do people go with bang-bang play when it's close? Is there a reason behind it, or is it just...
It makes me think of photo finish at a race.
That's
at
what
a
I'm
line
thinking,
with
too.
a starting gun that
Yep.
goes bang.
Oh,
right?
okay. That makes sense.
1-0. In for a strike. Good bender out of the hand of By, and it's 1-1.
I've always heard it. It's one of those things that you know what it means, but you want to know, like, the origin, I guess.
That's at least the way I think about it in my mind.
Yeah.
But 1-1 the count on Mooney. Still at the plate in the righty box. 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball to center field. Didn't get it all. Rocafort moving over to his left from center field to make a routine play, and that's out number 3 here in the top of the 8th inning. The Doors go down 1-2-3 again. A couple fly balls and a strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Commodores clinging to a 6-4 lead. Moylan, Brito, and Hensler coming up for Bourne when we return. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
Out of East Carolina, Josh Moylan.
Well, as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning here at Doran Park, there is a fog rolling in here in a 6-4 game. Falmouth hoping to get out of here before it gets any worse, and with that 6-4 lead, they cling to. Caleb Corbett on the mound facing Josh Moylan. First pitch to him is a swing and a foul back, 0-1 the count. Moylan, Brito, and Hensler, 4, 5, and 6 for Bourne coming up in this inning against right-hander Caleb Corbett on for inning number 2 of relief. He got through the 7th after a walk. Got the next 3 hitters. 1-0 pitch is a swing and a foul way out of play to the left side. And the count quickly 0-2 on the Bourne left fielder, who's 0 for 3 today. Bottom of the 8th. The Braves with only so many more outs to play with in this game. They did all their damage tonight in 1 inning. At the bottom of the 6th when they had 4 runs on 4 hits and an error. Corbett's 0-2 delivery. Fastball up high. Moylan didn't bite. It's 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Fastball again high, same spot, same result. It's 2-2.
Just one of those pitches like we saw with the curveball in the last bottom half. Just got to get over the top of the ball. When you're in control of the ball going over the top of it, you're going to have more control as a pitcher.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball and a good one. Gets Moylan swinging for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Second strikeout of the night for Corbett. And Brito now comes to the plate with the bases empty and 1 down.
That was nasty. I think that may have been his best throw tonight. His best pitch.
Well, Corbett already has a much better outing going than his last time out. First offering into Brito is a swing and a foul back of the plate to the right side, 0-1. Right-handed batter against the righty Corbett here with 1 out, bases empty. 6-4 your score. The Doors still lead in what was once a 6-0 game once upon a time before that troubling bottom of the 6th cropped up. 0-1 pitch from Corbett. Slow breaking ball, missed the outer half, and it's 1-1. Brito today, 1 for 3 with that double his last time up down the left field line underneath the glove of Colby Halter. Drove in a run. 1-1 pitch. There's a lot of commotion going on behind us as that pitch skips in. 2-1 the count.
The reason why is there are kids asking for balls, and my dad and everyone and all the other game day interns are behind this, acting like Finding Nemo, saying, mine, 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 mine. They're having a good time back there.
2-1 delivery is low, and it's 3-1 with 1 out, bases empty. Corbett trying not to put the tying run at the plate by walking a man here. Brito still in the box, waggling the bat back and forth as Corbett turns and fires the 3-1. Checked his swing and held up did Brito. He now takes first with a 1-out walk. Second given up by Corbett, and Wyatt Hensler is the batter representing the tying run here in the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out. So the Doors, who came into this game with a 20 consecutive innings scoreless streak, finally broke out of that in the first inning on an RBI single from Jacob Walsh. They had back-to-back home runs in the third off the bats of Walsh again, and Peyton Stovall making his debut at second base, and then tacked on 3 more in the 6th on 3 hits, but have had their lead whittled down to just 2 runs. And now Wyatt Hensler is about to take his cracks once this meeting on the mound disperses. The whole infield, plus Jacob Cozart, plus Caleb Corbett, talking things over on the rubber. With Chris Brito, the Bourne first baseman, at first base. He now jogs in beyond the field with this lengthy meeting taking place. The umpires talking things over. And a new arm for Falmouth coming in from the pen. Jogging in from the bullpen beyond the right field wall. So the day done for Caleb Corbett. He goes an inning and a third in this game. Does not allow a hit, but did walk 2, including Brito in this inning, and that spelled the end of his evening. 2 strikeouts as well for Corbett, and the book's still out on how many runs he may allow in this game. Brito would be his only one if he comes around to score from first base in this inning. And we'll take a look in just a moment as we keep things here on the Falmouth Commodores radio network to see who the new thrower is on the mound for Falmouth.
It's Levi Wells. He's going back-to-back nights.
The right-hander Levi Wells.
Or no, not back. He didn't pitch last night. It was Bourne, right? Yeah.
So at first I thought that might be him, but usually we see more rest in between appearances for these guys. Wells now making his second appearance in 3 days against the Bourne Braves. You were right, Trey. He pitched in that 1-0 loss back on the last day of June, had 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, struck out 3, and he was on his game that day, throwing both pitches for strikes. We saw him do it on the Falmouth Commodores broadcast and radio network. So Wells making his 5th appearance of the summer. All but one of them so far has been scoreless. Against Orleans on June 19th, Wells led up 2 runs in 2 innings, but has not given up a run in his last 4 innings across 2 appearances. So a right-hander out of Texas State now takes over the duties, trying to keep the Bourne Braves at bay with a 6-4 lead. The Doors were once up 6-0 in this game, and now they're just trying to hang on by the skin of their fingernails. And Levi Wells, the latest arm out of the pen to do it. He's got a fastball and a curveball, heater mid-90s, curveball low 80s. But when that breaking ball is on, it makes all the difference. And when Wells has good command of it, he can throw it for strikes most of the time when he wants.
He's also got a slider, too. I was talking to him last night. He was telling me, he was like, hey, I got a slider, too, man. And I said, really? He's like, yeah, I also have a slider in there as well. So learned something new last night. We'll find out how slider works. The slider, too, you know, he has that nasty curveball. He has the fastball as well that he paints really well with. I'm really interested to see what he does with this slider. Now I'm really going to be looking at it and understanding that it is a slider, not a changeup, not a harder curveball. That's a slider that he's throwing with. Not a bad mix to have, fastball, curveball, slider.
So Wells with a 2 ERA this summer, 2 flat. One of the more trusted relievers so far out of the Falmouth pen, and now he's in with 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning, trying to protect a 2-run lead with Brito over at first base. Wells turns and fires, first offering to Wyatt Hensler is a fastball that's in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Hensler today, 1 for 3, singled, drove in a run on a ground out his last time up in the 6th. Righty batter against the righty Wells, who turns and deals the 0-1. Breaking ball broke his bat, shattered it, ground ball up the middle. Stovall steps on second for one. The throw on to first, double play. 4-3 it goes to finish off the 8th inning. Wells comes in, faces one batter, and gets 2 outs as we head to the top of the 9th. In a 6-4 game, the Doors lead. Halter, Bourne, and Walsh coming up for the Commodores. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
The third baseman, number 7 out of Florida, Colby Halter.
Well, we're heading into the final inning of play here at Doran Park. Falmouth leads Bourne 6-4, looking for a road victory. Trying to snap a 6-game winless streak are the Doors, and trying to snag manager Jeff Trundy's 500th career win. It's taken him quite a bit to try to polish off that feat as the first pitch comes into Colby Halter, and it's a strike. 0-1 the count on the Falmouth third baseman, hitting leadoff in this inning with 2, 3, and 4 coming up against right-hander Cameron By, who's still on the mound for his 4th inning of relief. 0-1 pitch. Low this time to Halter, below the knees, and it's 1-1. So Cameron By has yet to yield a base runner. He has retired all 7 hitters he's faced in order since coming in with 2 outs in the 6th. 1-1 pitch to Halter. Swinging a high drive to center field. Roccaforte going back to the wall, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Roccaforte went all the way back to the wall, made an over-the-back catch, and with the deep outfield and the fog in play for Doran Park, we had to wait on that fly ball off the bat of Halter, but nothing doing. It's just the first out in the top of the 9th.
Man, he just missed that. Roccaforte had a great read on the ball, too. He went back like he was a free safety. Making the play, tracking it down quickly. That's great speed out there in Roccaforte. We talked about the bat. Has a really good glove, too.
1 out, base is empty, and Bourne at the plate, who swings and pops up the first pitch, back of the plate, foul, and it's 0-1. But Roccaforte, a guy who can pick it, and he's also got a good arm, Trey. At UL Lafayette this spring, he threw out 20 runners.
Did he really?
And 20 assists.
My God.
Haven't seen that arm tested tonight, but he's run a few pretty deep hit fly balls down. 0-1 pitch to Bourne is fouled off same spot, back of the plate, and it's 0-2 on the Falmouth left fielder, who is 1 for 2 today with 2 walks. He's had a nice debut game returning to Falmouth after he made the Cape Cod League All-Star team last summer with a .279 average in 34 games, 8 doubles, 5 dingers, 19 RBIs for Jace last summer. 0-2 pitch, way high, didn't bite, and it's 1-2. So Bourne, who went from Oklahoma with the Sooners in 2021 to Arkansas this spring, trying to keep on hitting on the Cape. 1-2 pitch to him is a foul again, back of the plate, and we've seen plenty of that from him tonight. Pretty long at bats with a lot of foul balls. He's taken his fair share of pitches. Still 1-2 with one out. Top of the ninth, base is empty. Cameron By dealing with Bourne. The 1-2, swinging a foul off the plate on a good breaking ball. Bourne just did get a little piece of it, and it's 1-2 still. So neither team has scored since the 6th inning. Falmouth put up 3 in the top of that inning before Bourne came back with 4 of their own. Double zeros both in the 7th and the 8th. Both teams working around some base runners. Here in the 9th inning, Bourne trying to start something for the Doors. Base is empty, 1 out. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball outside and low to the left-handed hitter, and it's 2-2. Bourne in the lefty box, not a lot of movement in his stance. Front foot a little bit behind the rear left foot. Moving the bat around behind the head ever so slightly. 2-2 pitch to him. Swinging a pop foul back of the plate. Espinal has a play underneath it to make the catch, out number 2. First time today that we've seen soft contact off the bat of Bourne. But now perhaps the man of the day for Falmouth, Jacob Walsh, comes to the plate. 2 for 4 with 2 driven in, a single in the first, a home run in the third on what was a line shot to right field. It looked like he hit it off the tee with a driver, just off the sweet spot of the bat, and he knew it right away. By looking in, takes a breath. First pitch to Walsh is in for a strike, changes speeds, and it's 0-1. But how about the work of Cameron By, who has retired every man he's faced in this game, all 9 so far. 0-1 to Walsh. Check swing, but a little low, and Jacob did lay off. It's 1-1.
Very similar spot to that last pitch. But you're talking about By dealing? Man, he certainly is. It's getting to that point where you can make cases for all-stars. By maybe one of them.
1-1. A little bit low off the dirt, and it's 2-1 rather. Well, when you've pitched 5 games and you haven't allowed an earned run, you're definitely off to a terrific start.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Walsh, a lefty bat in the box against the righty By. 2-1 the count, 2 down. The pitch. This one stays high, a breaking ball, and now for the first time, the Doors may have a chance to put a guy on base, Trey. I don't think By's run a lot of 3-ball counts since he came in. 2 away, base is empty, top of the 9th inning. Doors trying to tack on to a 2-run lead. That was once 6-0. 3-1 the pitch. Swinging a line drive to short through the hole for a base hit into left field. Now how about Jacob Walsh? A 3-hit day, and he breaks up the consecutive batters retired streak for Cameron By with a 2-out single here in the top of the 9th inning. And look who's coming to the plate, Trey. It's Peyton Stovall, another heavy hitter today with a home run of his own back in the 3rd when he and Walsh went back-to-back.
Yeah, he has 2 times getting on base today. One of them the home run, the other a walk in the first. But back to Walsh, man. He worked that count. You know, the last time we saw a 3-ball count like that was Corey Collins in the bottom of the 7th. Great job by Walsh there. Quality at bat.
First pitch to Stovall is a beauty of a breaking ball, in for a strike, and it's 0-1 with 2 down. Top of the 9th inning, Walsh over at first base, not a running threat. Stovall in his debut game this summer with the Commodores. 0-1 pitch, a swing and a high drive to right field. Duffy heading back towards the wall, underneath it to make the catch. Oh, did Stovall give that baby a ride? Well, that's out number 3 in the top of the 9th inning, and nothing doing for the Doors. They get a 2-out single and nothing more. No runs, no errors, and they leave a man. And now they try to close things out here at Doran Park in the bottom of the 9th inning. Roccaforte, Espinal, and Harris, barring any pinch hitters coming up, 7, 8, and 9 in the Bourne order. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Stay with us.
Louisiana Lafayette, Carson Rockefeller.
Well, we head to the bottom of the 9th inning here at Doran Park as the Commodores try to close out their first win since June 25th and break a 6-game winless streak, 0-5-1 over that span. Levi Wells back on the mound. First pitch to Carson Rockefeller is up high for ball 1. And it's 1-0. The Doors leading 6-4 here, bottom of the 9th inning. 7, 8, and 9 coming up for Bourne. Left-handed hitting Rockefeller against the righty Wells, who turns and fires the 1-0. Breaking ball just missed outside, and it's 2-0. Rockefeller today 0 for 3. What has been a tough start at the plate this summer for him, but he's made his presence felt defensively with a few fly balls he's run down. 2-0 pitch comes inside but nips the corner, and it's 2-1. Rockefeller flinched out of the way of that pitch, but it tailed over for a strike, and now it's 2-1 on the Bourne center fielder. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Elevated fastball. Had some extra cheese on it, and it's 2-2. So Wells came in with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning, got a runner at first, forced a 4-3 double play, Stovall to Walsh to end that inning. He's still on here in the 9th, 2-2. Breaking ball just missed high, and it's 3-2. And you hear some moans from the Falmouth side. They wanted that pitch for Wells.
So did I.
Instead, it's 3-2.
That looked so good.
Full count on Rockefeller. And the payoff pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to center field, but well in play. Pinckney coming in from center field, a defensive replacement to make the catch, and there's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So Andrew Pinckney, who came in for this bottom of the 9th, replacing Luke Boyers in center,
Pinch hitting for the catcher, Espinal, number 16, out of Pepperdine.
makes the catch for out number 1. And John Peck now the batter for Alan Espinal, the catcher. Peck, a guy who was in the lineup when these two teams played a couple days ago at the Gov, and now gets some playing time here in the bottom of the 9th with the bases empty and 1 down. Wells fires the first pitch to him, a fastball at the top of the zone in for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Espinal, the catcher, ends his day 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. John Peck now into the game for Bourne, trying to get on base and bring the tying run to the plate with 1 away. 0-1. Way high. Cozart went up and grabbed it, and it's 1-1. Peck entering the evening, a .211 hitter in 16 games, 12 for his first 57 at the plate this summer. 1-1 pitch to him. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Had him out on the front foot with one of those breaking balls, Trey, on the outer half.
Yeah, that was nasty, and that was Wells going with his slider. You know, that's a sweeping slider that he has. Just goes across the plate, taking advantage with that one there.
1-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball head high, and Peck lays off of it. 2-2 the count with 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 9th. Falmouth trying to close things out after it once led 6-0. Now it's 6-4. Bourne trying to scramble to cap the comeback, but Wells trying to slam the door. The 2-2. Another breaking ball, but this one lingers high, and it's 3-2.
I think you just got to throw him a fastball here. Give him something to hit. Why not jam him? Trust your infield. Only 1 error tonight, and it came from the pitcher. This infield's been clean tonight.
Count 3-2. You don't want to bring the tying run up. You got to go with the pitch you can control the best. 3-2 delivery. High with a fastball, but ball 4. Peck walks with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And here we go again with the Doors in the 9th inning. They've had their problems this season in the final frame. Dakota Harris now comes to the plate. Switch hitter batting left-handed against the righty Wells with Peck over at first base and 1 away. Peck this season 6 for 8 on stolen bases, but again, you may not want to be aggressive with the tying run at the plate. Just keep in mind that he has some good speed over there at first. Harris looks at ball 1 up high, and it's 1-0. And there goes Cozart from behind the plate to the mound to talk things over with Levi Wells.
Yeah, this is the right move. This is something Jacob Cozart does really well. I saw this last year with Zach Miller. We talk about our CPL days, but Cozart doing the same thing here, controlling the pitcher's game. This is the best part about a battery right here, and Cozart knows that. He knows Wells is getting a little rattled. He knows he's pushing his ball. He's pushing his pitches a little bit. So what does Cozart do? Gives him a second. Tells him, hey, settle down. This infield's got you. Why not put a ball in play or try and attack this guy here? Either one works. Just got to go get it.
1-0 the count on Harris. The pitch, swinging a ground ball to second base. Stovall to Mooney, on to first for 2. And the Doors win. 6-4 your final. 4-6-3. The double play goes to end things. And the Commodores are finally off the hook. They were 0-5-1 in their last 6 games, but they get manager Jeff Trundy's 500th career Cape Cod League win with a 6-4 victory here at Doran Park over the division rival Bourne Braves.
Bingo. Finally, we got it. We got a win. We got Trundy's 500th. Congratulations, Jeff. You deserve it and more, sir. Let's keep this thing going, though. Let's make July 4th weekend fun, brother.
Well, the Doors had their fair share of fun tonight. They snapped a long scoreless inning streak. 1 in the first, a pair in the third, 3 in the sixth. More than enough to take down the Braves for the first time this season. And the Doors are back at home tomorrow against the first place Cotuit Kettleers. So we'll be back at Gov Fuller Field as Falmouth is finally out of its 6-game slide. And we'll have coverage of that game on the Falmouth Commodores radio network on YouTube. It'll be a home television broadcast. So join me, Trey Redfield, and Logan Safarenko tomorrow and for July 4th. 2 straight games against Cotuit, and we're looking forward to it.
Let's go.
But this has been Carter Bainbridge for Trey Redfield and Logan Safarenko. That's all for us from Doran Park. The Doors get it done 6-4 over the Bourne Braves again, and we'll see you tomorrow night.